Hopefully this does it. I hope it makes a separate VOD. If that's not enough time, then shit. I did it for nothing. But I'll be right back. We're going to get the OSC Masters Cup starting up in a bit. Yo, 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 yo. There we are. All right. We got a couple minutes yet, guys, but we're going to get into it. We got Hearthstone today, guys. Should be fun. Would a bipolar's set of emotion switch from laddering to taking a few minutes to get ready for this? Where did I save this? Oh, I see. Here it is. Man, I really want to clean this up. My replays folder's got to be too big where my game's going to start crashing soon. Should be the... not quite. It's a good thing I don't ladder like I used to, guys, because that would be Definitely crashing here. There we go. We'll be getting going in just a minute here. I just want to get these replays in. They were played in advance. All right, starting things off, we're going to have Nicarac versus Nightmare. All right, guys. Nicarac versus Nightmare will be our first match. Give it just a minute here. We are on Group D of the the 149th OSC Masters Cup. You guys check here. We have some news. We got hoodies now. You guys want to support OSC? You want to have a little something for it? Check this out. The OSC shop. I believe we just had some hoodies added. Check that out. Pretty based. And there's the jerseys too. I gotta find my jersey, but you really can help out by getting the jerseys and stuff, repping it. There's a lot of really good tournaments coming up. Other than this, obviously we're in Group Stage D, the playoffs. We got to figure out when that's coming up. But definitely check it out. And honestly, you can join the Elite Club too, the League's Elite, and you can get access to a bunch of tournaments. Even if you're not that great, there's participation prizes. There's fun. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, it's a good time. All right. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's go to our first series, Nicarac versus Nightmare. Little PVT action for you. Should be a good one. I will say this. I would say it's definitely a little favored in one direction. How you doing, Psychons? Absolutely. Here we are, spawning the upper right-hand corner of Alcyone in the red Protoss probes. From Blood, it is Nightmare. Mr. Protoss Man. His opponent in the bottom left, in the blue SCVs. Give it up for Platinum Heroes, Nicarac. Sporting the
Am I? Or am I so
Platinum Heroes badge
that you
there.
just blew
Hey,
your
TWS 3000, thank you for the Prime sub.
3000 just subscribed.
Appreciate it. We got some really good games today, and we do have the captain playing, guys. Harstem did play in this, so we have Harstem in today. It's a nice little surprise, but I don't know about you. I like seeing some Nightmare. There's a whole mess of people. Skillis, I believe, is in this group. If I'm not mistaken. Young Yakov. Yeah. Nicarac, Nightmare, Young Yakov, Harstem, and Skillis. So, pretty cool group. The one Zerg player we have in this group, we had a bunch of Zergs and some other ones. Young Yakov is a pretty cheeky Zerg player, so I'm sure we're going to have some pretty fun games today. But thank you again, TWS 3000. Greatly appreciated. All right, as we get into it, the probe. Nightmare's gotten a little adventurous with this probe. He wants to get a good scout. It's only a single gas. And he basically leaves with just 5 HP. The barracks isn't done, though. He does a great job to land on Nicarac's barracks. This could be pretty good. Honestly, if I were Nightmare, I would have went for a Zealot. How much harass he got done at the expense of the probe is definitely worth it to go for the Zealot. He kind of gets a little delay on the CC as well, but he's going to lose this probe. I think he's overcommitted. He should have just went back. This Reaper's definitely going to catch the... It's got to catch the probe. Damn, Nightmare really got some utility out of it. If that probe stays alive, oof. Talk about a most valuable probe. All right, Cybernetic score finishing up. We do have an Adept. It is supply blocked out. Nightmare is going to have the Chrono Boost. It's a little late. Well, Reaper is looking around for a proxy or something sneaky. He's looking for the probe at the very least, but probe makes its way out. I think this Adept will be here in time. That little search around from Nicarac, well, that's going to buy Mr. Nightmare plenty of time to have this Adept out. It's going to be a Twilight opener. Twilight before another unit, so No additional depth, no Stalker. Get the best Starcraft in the Starcraft streaming community. Thank you, sir. You guys pick the songs, too, because we have the song selection. Oh, my God. Nice catch on the Reaper from Nightmare. Nightmare off to a really good start here. You can see that little teeny bit of this delay in the CC. It is going to finish up, though, before the Adept gets here. There's only one Marine in the bunker. It's pretty standard opener. He's going for 3 racks as his build, but does he go? Yep, he does raise the supply depots. Starcraft kind of off to a rough start here, as we're starting out in game number 1. Our first game and first series of the day. SCV might want to get pulled. This is in range. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, another one takes a hit. One Marine out, another... Well... he let the... Oh, no, this is not what you want to do. You let the Adept in. And guess what? More importantly than getting worker kills... Well, Nightmare now has a scout. He knows he's against 3 gate. 3 racks. I'm saying 3 gate. I'm looking for 3 gate. Assuming it's 3 gate from Nightmare. It's not. It's 2 for now. He is going for 3. I don't think he's going to go 4 gate, but he may go 4 gate blank. Yeah, he is. So it's kind of effectively a build order counter versus a build order counter right here. With all seriousness, this could go either way for either of them. However, with some of the harass and stuff, I think at least in the mentals, Nicaract is the one feeling it. Some unlucky losses and some delays right there. Only the Reaper went down, but still. A Nightmare not paying attention. Okay, he is going to jump on top of this. Every Marine he gets is a big dub right here. And Stim is about 40% complete. Combat shields to follow and +1. Because that stuff's all going to hit. Blink is here, but there's not a lot of reinforcements for Nightmare. As we get into this. War Prism coming as well. There's going to be a lot of bio here. 3 Marauders is already pretty scary against all Blink Stalkers when Stim comes. That +1 going to finish pretty soon as well. Alright, Stalkers blink up to the high ground of the Adept, giving just enough vision for Nightmare to see it. Nice fighting on the Marauders before Stim's done. 2 do fall, but he does lose a Stalker. Gets a Marine for his troubles as well. He is going to get 1 more and blinks the hell away. So, honestly, that was well worth it for Nightmare. Catching those 2 Marauders from Nicaract was pretty good. These few Stalkers, well, 3 of them are pretty bruised up, but that being said, we have the War Prism coming. I love the Robo Bay follow-up and Big Daddy Immortal coming as well. Nightmare need only put on some pressure, buy some time, and try to get into Robo Bay units, maybe get a 3rd base after. Right now, it's just going to be a matter of, okay. He's trying to debate Nicaract forward. Nicaract's going to. Nightmare not taking a 3rd, actually. In this case, I kind of like. Once these Stalkers get in here. Okay, is Nicaract just going full send? He is. Oh my god, 4 workers falling. Some of the units good. If he gets concussive shells, that can be big too. Sick micro from Nightmare. Nicaract's basically committed across the map. He's got to get something done. 1 Immortal, 3 Zealots, a Sentry, some more Stalkers, and 2 Shield Batteries should hold this. That being said, what's going on the other side? 1 Stalker's really damaged. A little bit of a whimsical set of micro from Nightmare, but he does catch 8 workers in total. Nicaract forced to go back. He's looking around. Nightmare going to take a base. Colossi coming down. He's not getting an extended thermal lance. Honestly, I wouldn't hate Charge in a way. Like, he's going for extended thermal lance, but Charge finishes so much faster. And he does have 4 gates at the least. Like, going into both, you could get both after. When you're like that delayed on a 3rd and your opponent's delayed, you might as well tech the hell up. This Nightmare is going to have +1 infantry armor on the way. No upgrades for Protoss. The 1 Immortal's actually going to be pretty good. Oh, look at this micro. Fantastic micro from Nightmare. Army supply, honestly, pretty close, and this is where it's going to be scary for... Oh my god, it's too slow, Zealots. Nightmare. Get the charge. Get the charge. For the love of God, get the charge. He's not getting the charge, guys. I'm just coping here for Nightmare. Look at that micro. Nightmare's War Prism micro is on fucking point, except for I don't know about this Immortal target fire. It's not hitting the Marauder. He's trying to hit anything. Save the Immortal. Just buying time, trying to trade something, but he's starting to take a not so valuable trades as he took a little hull damage here on the Immortal. Actually, quite a bit. Love the pylons for scouting. He does have information in the center of the map, kind of on the right with the Warp Prism to harass. That being said, a Dark Shrine's coming. It still doesn't have charge. Let's get charging, mate. Zealot run-bys. Drops. You name it, that's what you want. Alright, Extended Thermal Lance is at least going to finish up, and the second Colossi is going to arrive. Don't believe I scouted with the scan. I could be wrong. Could have been a little further back, but I don't think that was the case. The scan seemed a little too fresh. Just 2 Colossus. Let's see how many Stalkers there are. 13 Stalkers, 3 slow Zealots. Charge coming very late in some Sentries. Force fields are okay, but we'll see what happens. Warp Prism's kind of a little exposed, but we'll see. It might actually take some shots from the Marines. Back a bit. Warp Prism is going to stay alive for now, but I don't know if that's the greatest fight. There's a damn lot of Marauders. Nice save on the Colossus. Number 1, number 2 coming behind it. He's going to start micro on them. The little bit of misclicks here. The Lance coming in pretty nice. It's only Marauders. Oh my god, look at that micro. GG. Nightmare micros his way to victory. Very well done. Honestly, that was some insane Warp Prism micro. Very good Warp Prism micro. What up, Weeson? I'm not that super impressed sometimes with some moves, but yeah, Nightmare is definitely the favored player, and both of them will experience ping on either game. But still, you got to commend that micro. That's some sexy stuff right there. Between blinking and more prisms, I don't know. Good juggling. Even the slow Zealots. That's very well done. All right, here we are. We're going into game number 2 of this series. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Crimson Court. In the red Protoss probes from Blood is Nightmare. And his opponent in the upper right-hand corner from Platinum Heroes. Give it up for Nicorak. Nicorak can play when he's really on point. He can make some stuff happen, though. I've seen some pretty big upsets. Several tournaments I've hosted, Nicorak's had some surprising results sometimes. Hell, going back to even when Zest was playing. I want to say Nicorak's won when either Zest or Neeb was playing once. Maybe even Max Pax. We're going back a couple years here. I've been doing this for too long. So guys, do me a favor. ! OSC. Check out the Online Sports Championship. As I said, they just got hoodies in. We got jerseys. We got shirts. They've been in the business. I'm saying I've been doing it for a bit. We're talking like 14 years. It's crazy stuff. There's this tournament actually predates OSC, actually, even. As Eddie informed us last time. eBay block from Nicorak. Nightmare. Just being annoyed on the other side. And, well, some probes are going to be pulled. That's going to be the response from Nightmare. Nightmare not click at the one probe. Kind of keeping them together. I think that's mission accomplished. Wait. Did he lose the probe? Yeah, he lost the probe to an SEV because of all this. Oh, the SEV comes back. The fresh one coming back on the back foot of this. Does he get the SEV in turn? Sadly, I don't think so. Nightmare actually annoyed from last game, losing some stuff. He's going to take it. His Zealot's coming out because of the Reapers here. I think that pylon might be a little late. All things considered, I think this game warrants the pylon being dropped a little earlier. Maybe even else sometimes you can go for another gas. Zealot may be unnecessary, but I think he's being safe. I don't think he really needed it, truthfully. I get it, but see what happens. It's a double gas build from Nicorak, though, so it's not really going to accomplish much. It might be a little annoying for a bit, but we'll see. Oh, he is going to greet the Reaper, however. This could buy some time. Like, if nothing else, you're buying time for the Adept or Stalker. He's going to be an Adept, and we don't see any Warp Gate, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see Stargate this game. Well, he doesn't have the second gas. Let's see what Nightmare does. Oh, he does get Warp Gate. Just didn't get his gas. Nicorak being quite feisty this game. A little feisty boy here. Alright, as we get into it, high ground CC, nothing too cheeky. Everything is full walled for the Adept. Reaper trying to get the Zealot, will do so most likely, but yeah, it's definitely going to. Still decent micro from Mr. Nightmare. Yeah, that Zealot's going down. What a shot it's not. Nightmare, where's the A moves? Another Adept's coming, and we do have a Robo opener. This time it's going to be Hellions from Nicaract. Kind of a weird game. I think Nicaract's gotten in his head. Robo's kind of a, you know, we'd say in the past it's a safe opener. But these days, I don't know how much I like just a straight Robo opener against Terran. Especially since the Widowmine changes, etc. Could be safe, I guess, but... Let's see what the plan is. We could ultimately go into a fast Colossus or something like that, but... At the end of the day... I don't truly think that's going to be what we got. Just observers. He's going to need a siege tank, though. Yeah, or sorry, he's going to need an immortal more than anything, I think, if this is a tank push. Like it looks to be. 2 Adepts going to help out. Oh, but the Reaper does its work. Gets the grenade off and does pop Stalker away from blocking these Hellions. Still 4 workers falling. Does the Reaper fall at least? It will pretty soon. Starting to regen health in a moment, but we'll see what happens. It's the Reaper, and this Hellion should go down. Observer's out, and honestly, I don't hate this to a point. There's no blink, but he does have an Observer. He doesn't get too greedy with this. It can be alright. Still no Twilight. No nada. Just a couple of Gateway units, a couple of Stalkers, a couple of Adepts. 4 Stalkers, 2 Adepts, and an Observer. Need another Observer at the least. Pylon for scouting's not too bad. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Stalker's taking some hits. Adept's tank the tank, ironically.
Giddy up.
Adept's trying to shade in here, but it's not getting work done. Thanks for the follow, the monk. Thank you, thank you. As we get into it. That was not a fight, Nightmare. Oh my god. Nightmare is kind of throwing stuff away. Not gonna lie, guys. Gonna scout this out and sees that the tech lab is researching. Should knows what's up. Should knows what's up. Should know what's up. Does have a second observer at least. Again, no Twilight just yet. It's damn late. I truthfully don't like this opener at all for Nightmare. Some of this stuff, yeah, the eBay and stuff can get annoying, etc. But let's see what happens here. Not immediate to respond. He might have a little ping on this. And guys, just so you know, welcome Rexter as well. This was played in advance. Nobody knows the results except for the players, so just like you, I'm looking at this with a fresh set of eyes, so results will be posted after this tournament. After this stage of the tournament, I should say. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. Big Daddy Immortal coming. We do have a Twilight Council finishing up. Is Nightmare going to go into Blink, or is he going to go into Charge? Because Blink is going to be super late. Charge will be pretty late. Kind of more of a normal time, but we'll have to see. It's just another Banshee coming out of here. Nightmare going to push. I don't really agree with that. He is going for Charge. Another Observer coming. Nicaract might have this game, guys. Nightmare's making some questionable decisions, in my opinion. I think Nicaract might just have his number. Why would you send these Stalkers a... No third CC on the way. Yeah, it's a little different here. There's also no stem yet, so I guess in a sense it's not too bad, but Banshee number 1's coming back out on the other side of it. Some Marauders, Widowmine's coming, and we're gonna have a little swap Reno, Starport, Tech Lab. I kind of like Charge here, but the thing is, yeah, you want to get pressure with your Stalkers. There's not much to defend back home, and 2 Banshees together are going to really do a lot of damage. Against Stalkers, the shield battery in the main base is not too shabby for Nightmare, but to see what happens from here is combat shields and +1 coming, as well as the stem for Mr. Nicaract. Nightmare with some decent defense, but he does lose 4 probes. 2 Banshees are basically like DTs when his cloak's in. Alright, third Nexus coming down for Nightmare. As we got another little assault right here. They're not going for Blink. He's just literally on Charge, and that's it. And a Robo. Not even Robo Bay. He's going to have to make some decisions here. He's had double gas saturation. He can certainly afford a Robo Bay or something. He's going for Templar Archives. I guess I don't hate that. Nicaract kind of posturing out. Going to take his third base. He might actually push. I really don't hate this idea to push because he's going to have stim combat. Shields in +1, a couple medevacs coming as well. Maybe he's going to break these rocks. The Stalker goes and scouts this. Marauder just kind of camping here. Observer's going to see the rocks getting broken in the army, at least as it goes in. Nightmare needs to get in position with whatever he has. A bunch of charge lots. Blink just started behind this. No upgrades. +1 infantry armor's coming for our Terran player. All these Widow Mines. Oh my goodness. Might create some traitorous shots, and they will. Shield batteries in the back of the mineral line. Honestly, it could be worse for a Nightmare, but it's more than a 2-to-1 army supply lead. Granted, medevacs are inflating it a bit. Nightmare may have to use his battery overcharge while it's here to heal the Nexus. He's going to start to, but the DPS I think is going to be too much to get some Archons out. I think this third base is a thing of the past. Nightmare's in a rough spot as the third CC is completing for Nicorak shortly behind this bush. Archon's trying to take Big Daddy Immortal, targeting the tank. There's just too few units. What's left of energy on a shield battery? Well, he's trying to target fire the Immortal. I think there's just too much. Nicorak here at the doorstep, 41-10 supply. It's kind of close. I don't know. Nightmare trying to get anything together. He's going to lose all of this. I mean, if he kept some army alive, I guess, and pulled back, he might have a chance to counterattack on 2 bases, kind of. But I don't know. Don't know how much I like it. Ghost Academy even coming. Oh my god. Yeah, this is just over. It should just be over. We'll see. Nightmare's getting a pretty decent-sized army. It's taking a bit for Nicorak's reinforcements to gather up together. If he clears this out, he's going to have to contend with Ghosts. But he might find him at kind of an anti-timing of the push. I don't know if everything's split up. Not so sure. Do have Blink completed. The +1 infantry armor finished as well. Sentries are here. Nightmare pushing on the other side of the map. This is a pretty big push. We'll lose some gates, and this is all gateway men. Zealot's pretty good. Now we're going to get a bunch of workers, but I don't think it's going to matter when the army is completely gone for Nightmare. Nicorak losing 20-something workers. 21 workers, but it doesn't matter. He's going to take game number 2. Yeah, it's, in a way, it could have worked out better, but I think he was a little whimsical on teching out. Moving out with the Stalkers was probably not the best decision. Certainly not the best decision. Wait, did Nicorak concede there? What the heck? It was only 2 games? Hold on, guys. Did I make a mistake? Because you guys just saw it, and I kind of like spaced out, and I just assumed Nicorak won it, because I only see 2 games here. So if not, we might be missing a replay. I got to check the end of this. Sorry about that. It's going to take me a few, because I want to verify my brain. It's a little tired today. Yeah, this is going to take a bit. Holy crap. We'll get our next series coming up, but those are the only 2 replays I had from this. If something happened, I just want to kind of verify. If Nicorak just quit, he certainly shouldn't have. Nightmare won game number 1 with all the Colossus juggling and everything else. But this one was sure as shit Nicorak's win. I have to see this to confirm, because if we're missing a game, that's fine, but this is more for the results. I'm kind of really confused here. There's no land where Nightmare won that. Unless Nicorak conceded. Maybe he had to go or something. Let's take a look here. Yep, Nicorak won. All right, so they're missing a game? Are these the best at 2 ones? Let's see here. Oh, they're the best of 2 ones, I think. That's my bad. Let's go to Nicorak versus Young Yakov. My mistake. Yes, sir. Best of 2, so it's more or less. It's round robin. All right, just in case, I'm going to leave it like this. Spawning the upper right-hand corner. In the red, representing Platinum Heroes, he's back again, this time against a different opponent. We have Nightmare. Or Nightmare. Nicorak. He just fought Nightmare. His opponent in the bottom left. He's blue, also from Platinum Heroes. It's Young Yakov. The TVZ. Same map. Let me double check this while we're all waiting here. Guys, I have to check. This is going to drive me nuts because I'm saying stupid shit. Yeah, it is best of 2. I'm sorry. It's literally how it's made up. It's my tournament too as well. As Eddie's and OSC's, like I'm partnered up with them. And I don't know why. I'm just in the habit of doing best of 3s for everything. More often than not. World Team League. It's kind of like World Team League style. Chinese tournament format, if you will. Alright, so it was 1-1 on the previous match. This one, we'll see what happens. I'm not so fully surprised, but I guess at least this map's somewhat standard in a sense, but Young Yakov didn't end up on a veto on this. Interesting. It's going to be a Reaper fast expand from Nicorak. He's not going 2 racks Reaper or anything. Realistically, that's the only safe, kind of aggressive build you can do. Terran, I mean, yeah, you can always proxy anywhere, but this map isn't exactly the greatest proxy map for anything. We've seen it done in plenty of tournaments. Had it happen plenty of times in ladder. But, you know. Alright, factory's going down before reactor. Pretty standard opener. Yakov is going for the 9 o'clock position, 3rd. Not too bad. I have an idea. He's just going to mine it out, so the Reaper shouldn't be able to contest it. He's going to be able to hide this for a bit. Yeah, this is fine. Reaper will confirm that those minerals were mined out, though, so he does get the 3rd down safely, but a couple of things are falling for Young Yakov. Queen's going to come out, though. Reaper's going to have to respect this. Back the hell off, as we do have metabolic boost. About a quarter of the way done. Let's see what the build is from Nicorak. He's going 3cc. Probably 3cc Cloak Banshee. It could be something else. Yeah, he's going to swap that. Get some aliens. Drop a starport here in a minute. By the time he can. Yep. Reactor finishes up. Reaper's still out getting some work in the map. Right. Third CC, about 75% complete. We do have the tech lab finishing up, so everything's looking pretty good for the build. For Nicorak, Ling is going to get a scout, though. And Nicorak wasn't paying attention. This is huge. Wait, no, that's another rack. I'm an idiot. So we're actually on 2-on-1. It is scouted. I wasn't even paying attention to the production. I got distracted. I'll admit it, reading chat. I'm like, what's Gravy doing? What's Big Daddy doing in chat there? He's getting a little cringe on us. He's absolutely going to be 2-on-1. No starport. There it is. 4 Hellions and a Reaper going to go push out, try to get some damage done, but Young Yakov only needs to defend the nat here. Oh, but he's out of position. He's worried about a creep tumor. Honestly, that could have been way easier prevented. I think these Hellions are going to make their way into the 3rd base. How many drones are there? Not too many, but still. At least they're going to clean up the links for now. A couple drones are definitely going to fall. Nice capture on the extractor and drop of a spore. So he saves a couple drones, but 3 drones going down is not ideal. Hellions are kind of trapped here for the moment. That being said, we do have Stim finishing up here eventually, very shortly for Karen, man. All right, reactor from the starport going to swap out. He's going to go into medevac production as soon as he can. Looks like pretty much immediately he is going to do so. Hellions trying to get some value before they go down. I think they did, but it's going to be the end of the 4 Hellions. All in all, I'd say those trades were worth it, but it could have been a little better. Yeah, he got a lot of the links, so I guess that's something. Marine's moving out. He's got to wait for these medevacs, though. Stim's going to finish up here. Double eBay follow-up. And do we have a tech lab or reactor in the factory? Neither for the moment. All right. Layer on the way. Well, we got double gas saturation going down at the 3rd base. Not fully saturated on the NAT or main for young Yakov, but it's not also getting a 4th just yet. Let's hope to defend this. He knows it's a 2-on-1. 3cc 2-on-1. Nicarak going in with the Beyond build. He's just going to push. That said, I don't know where Nicarak's going to expand. Usually you go southward. He could go to the north, honestly. This creep spread, I wouldn't hate him doing it. Okay, he's going right for the frontal base. Rock's trying to be chiseled out, so he has some room to move out as the game scales. Overlord is going to follow. Young Yakov, not supply block, though. 1-1 and centrifugal hooks on the way. And, oh, another Overlord going down, though, is kind of rough. Good creep control from Nicarak, as well as he's going to get back off creep. Now he's going to stim. Glad he didn't stim earlier. He wasn't too trigger happy on the stim button. All right, Tech Lab finally going down on the factory with 2 more racks coming, so he's going up to 5 racks. Behind it, we have an infestation pit coming from our Zerg player. His 1-1 is going to finish up eventually here. Nice run by young Yakov as he picks off a few SCVs. He goes up to 6, not too bad, but he has to respect these Marines for the moment. Could make Banelings. Centrifugal hooks is also coming. The clock's ticking for them to get done. That's going to be pretty helpful against Marine tank. Ling Bane at 1-1. He's got 4 seconds for both. Nice pickoffs, 12 SCVs falling. He's going to get the hell back. We got another 10 seconds coming up here for centrifugal hooks. So we're going to have Bane speed in just a moment. The 4th hatch finishes up for young Yakov. I kind of like his timing on this after all. Not too shabby. Our Zerg player. Okay, now he's got some defensive Banes being made back home. He's just going for Ling run buys. Wants to get more and more workers. But he's going to lose a lot of these links. I don't see how he gets out. Nope, he's not getting out of there. He's trying. Marine stability. Oh, that was a little precarious of a move right there. Drax just going to siege up that tank and defend. He's going out for a little drop on this side. Overlord and Creep Tubers will catch this, but Yakov going into 2-2 Infestors and Burrow with a Hive on the way to boot. Pretty good stuff. All right, again, nice creep control. There's no more up here. Baneling's coming in behind this. Young Yakov really wants Nicarak off his lawn, but that being said, another push coming in on the 4th base in the center of the map. We do have 2 siege tanks with this push, too. The drop's going to be annoying. Some of this army has to be split up. None of the Banelings actually eat it right there. But problem is this tank positioning. Yeah, okay, nice pull on the drones. It sucks to lose the mining time, but that was a beautiful pull. These drones are going to go back and eat. Yeah, they're going to go down pretty much immediately. Medevac coming in on top as well. Guess what? Yakov says, screw you, bro. I'm going right across the map. Oh, wait. These Lings were chasing this down in Banes. Ling run by is going to get his command center. Force the lift, potentially, but we'll see. There's so much tearing at his doorstep. Where's the drones 4 fell? He had a bunch of drones somewhere, and I think they're all saturated on this base now. Causes the 3rd base to be on fire. Does have Burrow available. He should come in from 2 sides. He could actually get a surround on this. Come from, like, technically from here, and from here if he splits it up. And at least have a 3-way push so the tanks can't really get to everything. All right, 5th base finishes up for young Yakov. He's going for another 5th because that's actually his 4th now. Decent drone pull back, and he's got some good damage. Truthfully, that's some pretty decent trades for this stage of the game. Considering he's going into tier 3 and he's got, well, 3-3 on, oh no, it's chitinous plating. So he is going into ultras. Oh, the infestor does land a fungal finally after the 4 goes down. He's got another one available. The Banelings, the Lings are going to take it out. Young Yakov taking game number 1. We all Yakov. What up, Tudor? Pretty sweet game number 1. Let's see what we get for game number 2. Not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. Welcome, guys. All right, game number 2, another TVZ. Again, these are best of 2, spawning in the upper left-hand corner. Oh, wrong score. Site Delta representing Platinum Heroes in the red. It is Nicarac. This man's got 1 point on the board. He's also from Platinum Heroes. Our Zerg player, Young Yakov. Pretty strong start, honestly.
Giddy up.
Thanks for the follow, Fallen Dream 0. Do appreciate it, guys. Follow suit. We are in the OSC Masters Cup, number 149, the 149th. In a tournament that predates the OSC Masters Cup, or the OSC.
Hey, who wants to have some fun?
Thank you for the raid, Mr. Woot. Guys, make sure you give Woot Skull a follow. He never rages. He never gets mad. He's never salty. And my nose just grew a full foot. Woot Skull, thank you for the raid. I enjoyed watching you earlier today. I hope you ended up on some big dubs, because you were starting to crush it when they were Marauders or BS. Marauders. Definitely have those times where I feel that way. Trust me. Unlucky. This one's going to be a little cheeky from Yakov here. By the way, easy clap. Yeah, man. Enjoy the food. Guys, make sure you're following Woodsicle again. I do appreciate you, man. Alright, so I'm assuming this is going to be Roaches to Yakov. It could be a lot of things, and he's a cheeky player. Reaper, fast expand from Nicarac. This could be his undoing, guys, to be honest with you. Yep. I think this is going to be trouble for our Terran, man. Reaper is going to be out. We already have some Lings going. They're going to probably go off-path. Queen's well underway. Looks like we might see Metabolic for Young Yakov. Usually you're going to do a Roachborn, but Metabolic Boost would be not a bad thing. Funnily enough, this is reminding me of Dark versus Clem last night, one of the games. The Korean Starcraft League. See, we're partnered up with OSC here, so players in the Korean Starcraft League also get points, as well as other tournaments to compete in a lot of the tournaments that OSC puts on. This included does help toward seeding and invitation and all that. Alrighty. The boys are pulled. Only one Marine. And Sammy, Steven, and everybody else in the SCV squad are going to come back with the one Reaper. He really wants to get the CC down, and it is just going to be Metabolic. Young Yakov postured just to take a third base. Okay, these are going to get raised up. The Lings are finally dealt with, but what chaos was caused? Oh, yeah. Let's take a look. 1 SCV for 6 Lings, but a lot of lost mining time. Look at that income advantage for Young Yakov right here. Orbital Command Center finishes, though, and the mule's out. First mule. Let's see what happens here. Is it going to continue up, or is it going to start changing? It's starting to go up a little bit, but third hatch coming down for Young Yakov. Metabolic Boost finishing up. And he's just throwing it up for the moment. We'll see what happens as the Reaper's deflected. Yakov's able to defend after that. Wow, what an annoyance. Look at this, guys. This is like 60% of the health of what this Orbital Command Center started with. All from some early aggression. Reaper is maybe going to catch a drone. We'll see. Another Queen coming out. Young Yakov going with some Hellions. He's going for Banshee 3CC again. And funnily enough, as we were talking about yesterday, I was casting with Yeti, and Skatu hopped in, and my buddy Hope. if you're going 3cc Cloak Banshee against an aggressive Zerg early on, like, we don't see a Roachborn coming from young Yakov. But at the end of the day, it could be a problem. We don't see any spores coming, though, from Yakov either, though. That note. Stallions here, no layer, no spores. There's no detection, and Cloak is being researched from Nicarak. He's going to need something, and at least he's going to need some information. But a Ling run by is going to happen in the natural. Ling's going here. Cloak's coming. The Banshee's coming as well, but 5 workers falling for Nicarak. Oh, my goodness. 6-10. We skipped over because there was significant damage. GG's called. Young Yakov takes it. I think Nicarak's greed was punished. That was a pretty quick series. This one coming up, guys. We got another series. I think you're all going to like it, because I know I am. We're about to be into the Captain versus Nightmare. So Harstem versus Nightmare right here. Should be pretty fun. Harstem versus Nightmare, guys. I'm excited for this one. This should be a pretty good PvP series. And it could be long, it could be short. Find out. Yeah. One of those things is we logged into the game. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner. We're on Golden Aura this time. Red Protoss probes. From Blood, it is Nightmare. And his opponent in the blue, he had his own portrait in the loading screen. He's blue from Shopify Rebellion. Give it up for Harstem, the Captain. Hailing from the SS Macro. All right, both going for a high ground. I think we're going to see a 2-gate out of both of them. Nightmare just going for a gate scout. Harstem not quite scouting just yet. He doesn't feel he needs to. You like that? Call me D-Door. Exactly, the SS Macro. Very cool. Harstem decided to play in this too. Mr. YouTuber. Among the top Dutch YouTubers for Starcraft 2. That was a hot me. I got him every so often. Is Harstem the favored to win? I'll be honest, I think it's damn close. Nightmare is a very powerful Protoss right now. He's going for a 1-gate expand. Harstem's 2-gating. I say the jury's still out. Harstem might be able to just do something reading this. He's going for proxy. Is he looking for proxy? Okay, he's proxying. He's metagame proxy piloting. Okay. And he is going to ultimately go for a scout. Kind of a delayed one, but he should get there fine. Once he reads it, Nexus first, he's going to have to punish this somehow. See what the plays are from both of them. I think it's kind of close, but Nightmare has truly become a very good player right now. Statistically, I'll have to look it up for you. Call me D-Door. But in my opinion, from watching them play and thinking of results, Harstem's pretty good at PvP. Nightmare is incredibly good at PvP as well. Stargate opener after Nexus first from a Nightmare. It's going to be Stalker Sentry from Harstem. Nightmare kind of keeping his probe out. Maybe trying to delay a Nexus. There's going to be Stalker Sentry, so it's probably not wise to drop it. Full read from Harstem right there, though. The Captain sees all. Stalker going to chase the probe, as is the Sentry. I think that probe might even make it back. Nightmare does have the shield battery already coming down. First Stalker coming, and he is going to have a Stargate. Harstem's going for a little bit of a push. There's no proxy with this. He's just going to take a Nexus the standard time against one that's already done, which could be just fine. This is where Nightmare... He doesn't have to build a Void Ray or anything, and Oracle's not a bad idea. Harstem should have a shield battery here coming down. He definitely scouted the Stargate. Like, Harstem obviously is a very good, very knowledgeable player, other than, you know, a lot of pros are, but curious to see. He does get the shield battery. I love it from the Captain. Very well done here. You don't know much about Nightmare? He's been, I'd say he's an up-and-coming, but he's been around for a bit. A younger Korean Protoss player. He's been in all the stuff in GSL. He's put up great fights in KSL and ESL. Nightmare's had some disgusting victories. Like, he's been showing some great strength lately. Don't hate the proxy there. Proxy gate might be a little stronger, but we'll see what happens as Nightmare comes in. Is he going to land a stasis ward? It's probably... Okay, he's trying to see if there's any angle he can get it. He's going to have to get the stasis ward. Hearthstone pulls. Gets out in time. 4 probes is not too bad, though. This push is going to be pretty deadly, though. Force field's coming in pretty clutch from Hearthstone. Segmenting off some of the probes. Battery overcharge is activated. Nightmare holding with just 2 units. A Void Ray is popping, though. And the reinforcements will be there just from 2 gates at a time. Oracle going to be still a menace. The shield battery should buy Hearthstone some time. Nightmare with the second Void Ray on the way. Oracle going to try out to go out again. Stasis Ward going to land as well. Recall is forced. There's most of the army, if not all. Stasis Ward gets... Oh my god! Several probes. We're talking 10 probes in stasis. Nightmare not paying attention to the Oracle, though. It is going to take some serious hull damage. Alright, Nightmare, though, is getting in a pretty decent position. He canceled that Void Ray, by the way. Twilight Council coming. Hearthstone's Blink's on the way. He's only on 2 gateways. This is the kind of stuff where, I mean, once Hearthstone stabilized a little, he was down in income for quite a while, let's be honest here. The stasis is, he was on 1 base, he was saturating his main a little longer than he normally would, because Hearthstone usually goes to about 20 workers. Third Nexus coming down from Nightmare is just going to solidify our lead. Army-wise, they're pretty close, but... And worker count, it's just a matter of the 3rd base going down, etc. Some different stuff. Hearthstone's got the faster blink. 2 more gates coming. Nightmare already has 4 gates. Void Ray going to look for pylons. He finds the... Oh my god, Hearthstone with another proxy. He found that metagame proxy pylon. Another stasis ward. Damn, Nightmare's been relentless with these. That one's actually pretty huge, too. So some big stasis ward means a lot of lost mining, and some of that was gas. That's certainly going to impact Hearthstone. Hearthstone catches it, the 1 Zealot scouting around the map for stuff. Another proxy scouted right here, and here comes 2 more Stalkers. Void Ray, oh, the Void Ray went down. The Oracle might be able to get back. Oracles can be pretty clutch in these positions, because you can go for stasis ward. Hearthstone going for a Dark Shrine behind this blink is quite a ways till completion, and for Nightmare, Hearthstone already has it. Guardian Shield, and the shield batteries are going to kind of tow this away. Love the shield battery placement from Nightmare, though. The issue he may find if time goes on is he's going to need detection. There's only the 1 Oracle. Stasis Ward was activated by Hearthstone. Beautiful flank, the 1 Stalker. Force Field's coming in clutch for Hearthstone. The Captain put some good moves on, but at the end of the day, yeah, he's got a larger army supply. Granted, 1 of the Stalkers is in stasis. DTs may just be the sucker punch the Captain needs. Captain needs. Hey guys, it's been a long time. I was up till like 3 in the morning casting. I'm back here. Void Ray in Hearthstone's main. Yeah, it was in Hearthstone's main. Going for it. No, there's the Oracle. Kind of scouting around. He's gonna need this Oracle, Nightmare is. No Robo coming down. He does not expect Dark Templar. Hearthstone may forget about Dark Templar himself, though. We'll see. I don't think that's going to be the case. The Dark Shrine is finishing up here in just a momento. Oracle going out for some more damage, and that's going to be really needed for Nightmare. Dark Templar coming. Nightmare. Even if you get some workers, it's not going to matter. You need that energy for the rev tag. And you need a good one at that. The DT's getting some work in here, softening the blows. Nightmare doesn't notice it. It's getting some work in, actually, on these Stalkers. Oracle is in and rev tags it. GG is called. Nightmare holds. He's going to take game number 1. How you doing, Kahoa? Pretty sick game number 1, honestly. I thought Nightmare was in a little bit of trouble. He caught on just in time, but he didn't end up using his energy on his Oracle. That ended up working out. I think that 1 defensive Stalker for Hearthstone funnily enough, actually bit him. Because if that Oracle got in there and did some work, he would have just won because no detection. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. How you doing, fries for Alarak?
Am I? Or am I so
Jehovah,
sane
thanks
that
for
you
the
just
25
blew
months.
your mind?
Kojaha just subscribed.
Or should I say Kojaha? I think we've had this conversation once every month for 25 months. Thank you so much, dude. At least 25 months. Kojaha. Is Brian right or is Dave right? I gotta know. I gotta know. Call me whatever you want. Kai Britt, how you doing, brother? Sick games today. In the Bulgarian tournament. Alright, guys. Let's go to game number 2. The qualifier. Yeah, it is the qualifier. Just like this is Group Stage D. Yeah, it's my mistake in not saying that, but yeah. Yep. You got a few months to go. Anyway, spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Crimson Court in the red from Blood. This man is Harstom's Nightmare. And here's the other guy in the bottom left. He's the best, or one of the 3 best Dutch YouTubers. He goes by the captain. His name is Harstom. His vessel was the SS Macro, as I said earlier. I think I'm going to steal that one. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that. Maybe Winter. Maybe I'm mistaken and it was... I can picture Winter saying that. Here are the lips. Yeah, there you go. That's cool, Kyprit. Here are the lips. I think every year's said to be the year of Harstom for the last... I couldn't even tell you how long. Ever since he was born. We all love Harstom. Very cool, dude. Alright, guys. Double gate for both this game. Nobody's one gate expanding. It was a good job of the one gate for Nightmare. Harstom, even though being behind, made as much as he could with that last game. Alright, cybernetic score going down for Mr. Nightmare. See what happens here as we get into it. Alright, probe. Getting a little earlier scout again from Nightmare. Harstom might actually just go for a scout. I don't see why not. The metagame proxy pylon kind of didn't really help matters. At least it's going to be equal footing for how they're opening so far. Question from here is who goes what? Nightmare going Stalker Sentry. Harstom going Stalker. Both right into Warp Gate. Nothing cheeky just yet. It's a pretty standard 2-gate opener for both. It's looking like Protoss versus Protoss here. Let's see what happens as we get into it. Probe gets a little work done over here. Nice little scouter pylon from Nightmare. An interesting location. He's going to hide this sentry. Doesn't block anything, though, so it doesn't really matter. He can get his Nexus, is fine. Harstom's like, whatever, dude. I'm just going to drop my Nexus. You can see it. That's how I was opening anyway. Ooh, Robo from Harstom. Nightmare? Just Stalkers. He's just going to expand, so this is a little bit of a psych out from Harstom, but I think this is a... This could play out pretty well. He's only at... Yeah, it's 2 gates, got the Robo, getting a pylon. It's a really fast Robo. Nightmare likes DT, so it's not a horrible idea. And either way, getting the Immortals out. He's probably going for an Immortal Stalker Sentry push. Just 2 Stalker pressure from Nightmare. Can be easily dealt with for Harstom. He's got some sentries out. 3 sentries and a Stalker. No shield battery. Warp Gate is going to finish up here, though, and Nightmare's got a... He's attacking with all 4 Stalkers. He's Starting to take out the shields, though. Warp Gate finishing up. Let's see if he gets hull damage. Hull damage is something. It's at least annoying. He wants to get as much as he can as the shields are dissipated. Here comes 2 more Stalkers. Nightmare going into a Twilight. Big Daddy Immortal coming for Harstem, the captain. Isn't faking his base. He has certainly plenty of workers. He only lost the 1, but yeah, Nightmare's overstayed his welcome. Harstem pushed him back, and with the Immortal getting into the picture, it's going to be kind of rough for Nightmare. That being said, he should drop a pylon on Mr. Captain. Really would have rather the shield battery here. Now he can defend, but it's a little bit rougher. Big Daddy Immortal's here. Oh, the Immortal's trapped. How unfortunate for the captain, guys. He's going to force a recall. Sentry goes down as well. Damn, that was a sick force field from Nightmare. Harstem pushing forward. We'll see what we get here. Blink is about halfway done for Nightmare. Harstem going for the Warp Prism. Kind of risky play. I mean, I don't hate it because, you know, at the same time, I almost feel like he should have just kept the Immortal production up. Doesn't really have a read because of the aggression of Nightmare. Nightmare does have his own base. Harstem's kind of gotten a little beat up here. Just a little bit. 2 Adepts coming in. The other side could be a bit of a problem. Adepts were scouted, but we'll see what happens. It's just a Zealot? What? Yeah, I don't know, Harstem. I don't know, Captain. He's going full send. The War Prism took some damage over here. Probes are forced to be pulled, and the Zealot is going to go down. Big Daddy Immortal and Adepts fighting. Kind of an awkward exchange for Harstem, who's heading to army, but he's lost several workers. 7 workers fallen. The Adept's still there. Harstem finally gets it with a couple probes. But he has to be careful not to lose the Prism, not to lose the army. The other Immortal, the Zealot, the Adept coming with Harstem's army. Blink is done for Nightmare, and the second shield battery is finishing up. Harstem kind of on the back foot a little bit. The army's kind of scary, but with no Blink, I don't know. This could go either way. Harstem's army's huge, but we've all seen it with Warp Prism from time to time. I like it being on the Pervert Pillar, and he can micro some units back, but he's not able to drop them, if you notice. At least it appears to be the case. He does have Blink. Ghetto Blink. True. Like actual Blink, though. Ghetto Blink. Less than actual Blink. Big Daddy Immortal's out for Nightmare. Guardian Shield's coming to clutch for Harstem. He has to respect this battery overcharge. Beautiful Blink forward from Nightmare, though, and the Warp Prism not being microed back by Harstem. I think he's in all sorts of trouble here. There is just more versus less. GG is called. Nightmare taking the first 2 points in our first Harstem series. All right. We got Harstem versus Nicaract coming up here. Adult Swim. Let me take a minute again to show you guys the OSC Masters Cup. Let's take a look at the website. It's oscesports.com. And in the link here, I'm going to post !OSC shows you. There's a shop too. Go to the OSC shop. Let me pop this. Let me pop this up. In the shop, you can help this tournament out other than becoming a member. Membership also has, you have Hearthstone tournaments as well you can play. So if you're a big Hearthstone fan, you have ways to make money in these tournaments too. Even if you're paying in, you want to help have some good Starcraft tournaments, help have some Hearthstone tournaments as well. You can also get in to giveaways, etc. And you get discounts on the shop. In the shop, we got some nice jerseys. I have one somewhere. Well, I might look around again. I was going to before, and I just forgot I was even doing this today, to be honest. I got hoodies and jackets. So check it out. And yeah, that said, I just need just a moment. We're going to get into our next series. Harstem versus Nicaract. Game at number 1. So we're going back to a TVP. Welcome, Digits. How you doing, amigo? All right, another best of 2 series. Here we are. He's back again. Our Terran man from Platinum Heroes in the red. Give it up for Nicaract. And his opponent in the bottom left from Shopify Rebellion in the blue. Give it up for Hearthstone. El Capitan. Dutch Protoss versus Russian Terran. Nicaract is a grinder, though. I always give that kid some kudos. Nicaract always be grinding. I've seen Nicaract up at crazy hours to play in tournaments for like $50 tournaments even. He and like Hanmano, Cristiano used to. I think Cristiano's girlfriend got him to chill out a little bit. He's not as much the grinder as he used to be. He's still quite good. All right, Nicaract going for proxy racks on the worst map to proxy on. No, maybe not. Yeah, he is. Oh, he was going to attempt to. He needs those 8 Subway sandwiches. True, Kybrit. True. All right. Now, if anybody in chat can do some research or knows, I have to pull. I'm going to have to remember that. Hearthstone's the captain of the SS Macro. I thought that was just a Hearthstone thing. When I said that, people were like, that's actually good. I don't know. Pretty sure I heard it before. I'm not taking credit for shit. Just in case, you know, it doesn't hurt to check. All right, it is going to be a 1-1-1 most likely from Nicaract. We'll see, though. I've seen Nicaract rarely pull out a 2-1-1 against Protoss, which is a little different than, like, you know, your tried and true TVZ 2-1-1. More colorful language. I usually use more colorful language, honestly, too, but a little tired. I've tried to be less of a dickhead sometimes, but it's not always the case. We're all D-gens in Kirktown. You know it, and I know it, Kybrit. At depths, we got the first one out. Second one's going to come. Yeah, keeping that one on the low ground's pretty smart. More than likely catch this Reaper. Does Nicaract escape? Will not, I don't think, because that shade is right on it like stink on shit. Bam! Nice catch. Reaper goes down. Decent defense all in all from Hearthstone. All right, Twilight Council did finish up. Hearthstone looks like he's going in for Blink. He's going to do so. Behind it, we do have a Tech Lab coming down on the racks. And a Starport. Is this going to be a Cloak Banshee build? Or is this actually just going to be Stim? That's the question. I think he's going into Cloak Banshees. Don't hate it. It's not always the most ideal thing for Terran to do against Protoss, but it can get some value done. I think Cloak Banshee's an okay opener. Malian's going to take some damage, might get repaired right away. We'll see. The Depth's just shading back to defend back home. So those are the only 2 units other than the Stalker that Hearthstone has. He's going to need them. He's gone to wall. Okay, I like the Robo being back here just in case. It's a pretty good read from Hearthstone nonetheless, but if you don't have a wall, having the Robo back could help against the tank push because, well, it's because they're close. Cloak Banshees doesn't mean it's not a push. Could be a couple boys pull, no stim, stemless push with tanks, and the Banshees with the, missile turrets and bunkers, then those kind of big Gabe style pushes. You know? It'd be what it be. All right, here we are, guys. Ladies and gents, Hearthstone is going for a third base at around 4 minutes and 30 seconds. We'll see. Supply pylon so he doesn't get supply blocked after. All right, Cloak is going to finish up. Second Banshee well underway. Nicaract might just be going to put some pressure on. I think that is the case. He's kind of going before Blink's done, and I don't know if Cloak is done. Blink is going to be done here in a minute, too. I don't know if that was the timing for Nicaract. Nicaract may have made a bit of mistakes. The Observer's out, too, now, and Harstem's absolutely just fine. Wait, the Observer's not chasing this. Couple probes getting caught. It's kind of nice. Hellions not really doing too much. The Observer's going to be on that. And Nicarak just kind of turtling back here a little. Got a couple more racks coming down. Oh, he's got 5 racks. Spicy, spicy. Is he? Yep. 5 racks it is. From Terran, man. No +1 coming either. Harstem not going into charge or Robo Bay. What's Harstem doing over here? He's respecting his stuff and he can do it. I wouldn't hate to see him just go right into charge, drop a Robo Bay, and then go into charge because he's got a 3rd base finishing up here. He has the money. Tacking up against... Oh, okay, I'll take that. He's going charge and Templar Archives. Here comes the bio transition. Absolutely. We got Stim just starting up now with +1 infantry weapons. A little later, but how Harstem's in his position, I don't think it's horrible. What isn't great for Nicarak is Harstem has his 3rd base, and I don't really feel like Nicarak can punish it. He's looking for an observer. Does he see this? It looks like he does, but I could be mistaken. I don't think Nicarak sees that. Okay, the Stalker hit squad coming. Stim is quite a ways away. Combat shield's the fallow, but I don't know if that'll get done. It's Nicarak. Okay, decent tank placement. I like this. He's got 3 siege tanks. The Marauder even here's some point of defense here. Nicarak should be able to hold his back. Oh, nice catch on the Observer. Harstem kind of neutered in his assault. Guys, if you want, I will get rid of the ads as long as somebody reminds me to add them back after we're done with OSC. I think I might do that. I feel like a jerk, kind of, but it's what I do, so. Maybe we'll do that, so I'll just have to remember to run them for pre-rolls. Is my oversight. Storm is about 70% complete. Forgot to go back on a charge, finishing up as well. And we do have Forge coming down for Harstem. I think he's going to be in a good spot as long as he keeps us back. This is a pretty large force from Nicarak, who's about to have Stim, combat shields, and +1. 4 Marauders, 4 tanks, 2 medevacs. Yeah, Harstem's going to have to be careful here. Behind it, what do we have? A couple Zealots. He does have High Templars. Psionic Storm finishing. He does have Storms available. Nicarak should respect this. It's actually a pretty decent size Protoss force, but Harstem kind of moved commanded for a second. Either way, he ate a lot. Ooh, yeah, you don't want to do that, Harstem. Harstem saw those tanks and then drop. Ah. Pre-rolls, yeah, those are actual ads. Man, Storms are going to drop down. Nice, decent drops from Harstem. He's cleaning up a lot of this. Harstem cleaning house here. +1 on the way for him as well. GG's called. He had 2 Immortals. The captain takes it. Pretty sick event so far, I got to say. We've done 3 group stages. Had some pretty heavy hitters in here and there. Some underdogs as well. Last week we had Bion. I'm excited to see how the rest of this pans out, because I believe there's some invitational spots as well. Mortal still demolished. Yeah. They do a pretty good job. Earlier on, yes. Later on, they're okay. But when you have so much, you know, when you're in like late game, it's kind of like, to me, I kind of question Immortals. Truthfully. Welcome, Big Easy. Guys, I'm going to get rid of the auto run ads. So I'm going to have to remember to do pre-rolls, but we shouldn't have any for a while if I do this. I wish I did this a little earlier, but I run an awful lot of ads on my channel. I tried testing the waters with it before, but I forgot to do it before tournaments. Next one, I will be a little more on point with that. Where is it? Here we go. I'm going to just check here. Okay, I have to... Apparently, I have to run ads. So, guys, I'm going to run some ads just to get rid of the pre-rolls. Yeah, I'm just going to run... I'm going to run 2 minutes so we don't get bothered with them again. So, that's my bad. I had black off. Thank you, Kyber. Guys, so bear with me. It's just 2 minutes ads, and then we won't have them for a while. I'm going to go use the bathroom. All right, so we have like 51 seconds, 45 seconds remaining of ads. We'll wait till they're all done. We'll make sure everybody's good to go. And we will cover our next series. Well, not our next series, our next game, actually. We're game 2. Harstem coming in hot in this one. I had a sneaky feeling I didn't want to say much because it could go either way. PvPs especially. But Nightmare is definitely, I think overall, a little more favored in PvP at least with Harstem. I'd never discredit the captain. With all honesty though. Alright, here we are. The ads are done. And let's get back into some StarCraft. Game 2. Alright. Let's get the score set. Here we are spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. In the red, Terran SCVs. Give it up for Nicaract. Platinum Heroes. His opponent in the upper left, from Shopify Rebellion in the blue. He's the captain. It is Harstem. Mr. Protoss Man. This cat? Yes, that is Mini Roo. Tater Tutor. It is. A gas first for Nicaract. Interesting. So I was getting flamed by chat before from taking the Harstem video out of context. But this is where Harstem would be like, oh, I just did a guide on this not that long ago. They're the only unit that smokes? No. It's not true. I thought Firebats. I thought there was a couple. It depends on the portrait model. StarCraft 1 had a couple Terran units that had cigarettes. And there's one, Siege Tank has a cigar, no? One of them did. One of them, yeah. So technically, depending on what you're looking at, the campaign portraits and stuff, there are some smoking units. I should get a hat like the SCV, though. I think that'd be good memes. Sometimes I do look an awful lot like the SCV. And I could probably pull off an SCV impersonation then, too. Nicaract this time is going for a proxy factory, you mad lad. I have a feeling he's going for Cyclones. We'll see, though. Proxy in the starport, we'd know it'd be a Hellion drop. Newport Platinums for the win. I smoke cheap Indian reservation cigarettes. I hope I have more in my car. Because I am not going out to the store for my cheap smoke special. I'm going to be trying to cut back this week a little bit. Imagine having stacks of nicotine supplements. What do I got? Lozenges, right? And I never, like, I used like one lately. I tried them before. They're pretty good. I just got to remember to use them. They're like, the ones I got are from like the Netherlands. A buddy of mine from Starcraft, actually. Years back, recommended him. Can't be buying Newports in New York City. Oh, God. Upstate New York, even. They're, like, mine are... The cheap cigarettes I get are, like, bootleg. They're, like, $4.50 a pack. When I buy them by the carton. So I get, like, 1,000 smokes for 45 bucks. Are they harsh and not that fantastic? Absolutely. Do they get the job done? Yeah. But if I was to buy a pack of, like, say, Camels, I like Camel Blues. I like some Marbs sometimes. Or Newports, too, for that matter. They're going to be around, like, $12 to $15. Yeah, exactly. Mine are technically a smidge cheaper than yours. By 50 cents. But that's what I do, too, Kybrit. $14 a pack. It depends. They're with tax here. They're definitely like 14, 15 bucks, and even in upstate New York. Some stores, some places are more, some less. If you're buying store brand. Yep, there it is. The 2 Cyclones. Is Nicorak gonna take it? Is Harston gonna defend? The shield battery wasn't down fast enough for the captain. And oof. Bunker not going to finish. Let's see, the Adepts are forced back. 1 Stalker does fall. And these Adepts have taken a beating. This SCV goes down. Guess that's something for the captain. But the third Cyclone is on its way. Captain's starting to look like he might just hold, but he needs this other gateway for another warping. 3rd Stalker's coming. Shield battery's coming. A Big Daddy Immortal might be a decent call here. I think he's got an Observer's not too bad. Blink is on the way. Oh, Harston, you're overextending, Captain. He's overextending. Kajoha. My uncle was a Camel Sig flavor chemist for Japan tobacco. Oh, that's cool. I know most places around here be like, that's like whatever. I'm like, that's actually kind of neat. Yeah, who would dox themselves? Am I right, Kybrit? Chat. What kind of idiot on the internet would dox themselves? I know absolutely nothing about that. I mean, come on. What kind of person in 2014 dox themselves? Imagine like if you worked for IT and you doxed yourself. Kajoha, I hope you got the joke there. I just can't understand who would dox themselves like that. I hope Kajoha is catching up on the sarcasm here. I never offend my boy Kajoha. It's over your head. He's talking about me. Guys, what's my Starcraft name? You look that up in Wikipedia. Nothing I could have done better there on picking my name in StarCraft, right, guys? It's a weird push from Harston. An Immortal and 4 Stalkers, 1 very battered and bruised. No, Dave, I won't dox you. I'm trolling. Robo Bay coming down. We got an Observer coming just now. Now there's no tank. Tech Labs is being built. The Big Daddy Immortal's getting chased down by SCVs and Marines, which honestly could take on an Immortal. It's been that injured, especially. Big Daddy Marauders here. Kind of like Small Daddy Marauder when you get an Immortal near there, but I don't know. Harston probably could have resynced back up with that Immortal. But it's probably smart that he's backing off. He kind of shaved off a few Stalkers he probably could have used. Yeah, he's lost 5 Stalkers. Still scrappy game number 2 we have going on here. Alright, Stalkers coming in for some pressure. These are taking... I don't know if I agree with Harston on this assault. I like the 3rd base. I like a lot of what he's got, but I don't want to see him throw away Stalkers into Marauders. There's 1 siege tank done as well. Army supplies pretty close, though, admittedly. And that Colossus finishing's gonna be rough, but yeah, Harston needs to back the fuck up and regroup. He actually has enough supply where I wouldn't hate him pushing out in a weird way. Like, to keep some pressure on. He just has to be wise to keep the Colossus going. Nicaract actually seems a little nervous. Getting a couple scans off. Forge coming for Hearthstone. Charges on the way. Second Colossus on the way as well. He's just keeping that Stalker pressure. Honestly, with this Observer, Hearthstone could go up in the main base. But I think he's just going to pick stuff off as he should because he didn't scout a third. There is no third CC at the moment. Concussive Shells finishing up in +1 infantry armor for our Terran, man, is kind of rough. Big Daddy Immortal, what's it doing over there? Good old Scouter Immortal. I like the Observer right here, but Nicarac's very clearly just pushing in the middle of the map. Force Liberators, well. I don't know. I think he's in a fine position. It's just a matter of, not taking some questionable fights. Charge is going to finish up here in just a few seconds. Extended Thermal Lance wave before the third Colossus is underway. Oh, nice hits. First forward position. Siege tank's going to go down, and Charge has finished. So, all right, tanks re-sieging. Unsieging, re-sieging. The right. But I think Hearthstone's got enough here. Oh my god, this Immortal might actually... Hearthstone, I think, has forgotten about it, but that could actually take out the tank behind it all or something. Maybe pick off some Immortals. Or, like, distract the target flare of the army, because Guardian... Or, sorry. The barrier will be available again. And that's just it. GG. Hearthstone takes it. Kind of a strange game. Dislodging tanks from the high ground without disruptors is hard? Yeah, it depends on the situation. I think in that case, it was only 2 tanks. The Hearthstone backed up. It was good. Good. All right, guys. We got Nightmare versus Skilless. Coming up. Yeah, true. Not 11 tank deep siege line. True. Got a PvP. This one should be really good. Nightmare and Skilless, actually, I've covered them in EPT Americas quite a bit. From time to time. This should be an exciting one. To be honest with you. Alright, guys, let's see what we get here. Game number 1. I have a feeling these are going to be some spicier ones. Skilless also be pretty good. We have a lot of really good players in this. This group's pretty based. Not gonna lie. I am a fan. All right, here we are. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hold on, something's happening. Well, it's not letting me get rid of something. All right. Bear with me. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Golden Aura in the red. Give it up for Blood's Nightmare, our Korean Protoss. And his opponent in the bottom right from Team Liquid is Skilless. Make this cast a hot one. Well, what we got here? We got a little bit of cherry peppers and some gabagool. We're gonna add in some long hots. And continue on. And guys, again, this is the OSC Masters Cup number 149. Red hot chili peppers. We're going to get long hots. Forget about the chili peppers. You know, we don't know about that hot here. Alright, it's going to be just a 1-gate expand, maybe for Nightmare. He's probably going to go for a Stargate, I would guess, actually, first, from how it looks of it. Doesn't have a probe going back down over here. Skilless opening pretty standard 2-gate. So it's coming down. Nightmare might still go for the 1-gate expand, but I really suspect the Stargate coming down any moment as soon as he has the gas. Well, he wants to kind of hide it. Nightmare... Oh, yeah, he doesn't have the cyber cord on. more than likely going to be the case. Zealot coming down over here. Yep, there's the Stargate. Probe goes down, pylon goes down. Stargate's on warp gate for both. And I think they're both going to have a pretty standard time nexus. Good. Both decide to do so. Skillis probably going to get his done a little before. The two stalkers are going to be revealed by the probe, which will go down for Nightmare. Nexus going down just after. Let's see. Is he going to go for it? He might go for unit before Nexus. Stalker. Okay, I guess he's trying to play safer, but he doesn't know this Nexus is coming down. So I think he could have just went into a Nexus, then went into an Oracle. He's going to Oracle first, so this delays your Nexus a little. Actually, it's pretty standard time. It's almost the same as going for a double gate in many cases. Love the pylon from Skillis. From what he scouted, it's anticipating Stargate. So that's going to give him a decent read on an Oracle. Possibly, if the Oracle takes that route. Behind this, we do have an Adept getting some work done. Did we have two Adepts? I think just the one. No, it's one gate. Of course, it's just one Adept. It's a couple workers. Maybe? No. Yep, two workers. That's it. Forces a recall. That's actually pretty big. And kind of some awkward exchanges at the beginning. 3 workers fall for Skillis and a Stalker for a Probe and an Adept. I think Nightmare's traded better. The Oracle is unable to get some damage done. So consequently, I don't hate that there's one Oracle here. Going right into the Twilight's the right move. Because Mr. Nikita is going to be ahead on his blink. 200 IQ, Captain. Well, yeah, I got you. Guess what? I'm the caster, and this happens to be all the time. When we say the wrong names, I'll just have a moment. Brain farted out. All I can say is imagine sleeping. Nightmare down on workers, though. Faster Nexus actually showing some dividends in the fact that we opened with an Oracle and weren't able to get any worker damage other than the Adept. It's not going to be enough for Nightmare to really get a lead economically. Skillis with this way faster blink could be very powerful. Oracle getting the fuck out. Don't hate it. Looks like Nightmare's going for a proxy. Zealot going for the Zalnaga for a little bit of information to see if anything cheeky comes from the left. Skillet's not doing so. Probe continuing forward. The Stalker's just going to return home. What is Nightmare doing? It's going to be scouted, though. Nice scout by Skillis. He's going to go for this pylon. Like, I don't know. I don't think Nightmare noticed the hallucination. If Skillis didn't have visual confirmation, he could possibly see this. Stalker's going to find it anyway. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. Nightmare doesn't have blink yet. Proxy gate, so yeah, he's just going for 4 gate. Big Daddy Immortal on the way for Skillis for defense. Eventually, he's chrono boosting the hell out of it. 3rd Nexus coming down as well. Nightmare looks like he's posturing to take a 4th base as well. Maybe? Yes, he is. A little later, but still. He's got an aggressive gateway to reinforce a little quicker on his proxy pylon. Big Daddy Immortal will be popping any moment now. Not quite yet. As we get in this game. Oracle getting a stasis ward. Well done. It's some lost mining time at least. He catches 1 probe, but I'd say that's a decent defense from Skillis. Neither player going into charge. Oh, man. Nightmare's got to be careful here. Gateway finishes up, but... yeah, Nightmare. I'd like to see charge on either side, but Nightmare being aggressive as he is, I would really love to see it here, especially when he sees an Immortal. He hasn't even started it. But you're juggling many things as a caster. I'm only here managing my nerves, the pre-roll, and my screen brightness. It happens. It happens, mate. It's what it is. I'm used to some stuff, and I still flub stuff that I've been doing for probably 5 years. Most of the time it has to do with being tired lately, admittedly. In the past, it'd just be like, oh yeah, Dave's just drunk. Now I'm like, nah, I'm fucking tired, dudes. Most of the time. He's going for that pylon to depower 2 gates, cut down some of the production for a bit of Skillis. Catches 1 stalker, but he's going to take some damage of his own, Mr. Nightmare is, and looks like he's going to lose 2 stalkers. Oh, saved 1 just barely. Probably needs to be a little careful here. Skillis going into charge, Nightmare is not. Just being annoying. 2 Immortals entry and the 2 Stalkers going to push back up here. Nightmare can rotate around. Going into a robotics facility. He's got a forge. Okay, he's done double forge? Oh, that's his first. Oh, man. I don't like Nightmare's tacking. Skillis is doing a much better job on tacking. He's ahead in workers. He had that 3rd base a little sooner, etc. And the fact that he had his Nexus sooner. He's been stacking. Skillis even going for a 4th base, potentially, even with the aggression. We'll see. He's obviously going to do it once things calm down a little. Catches the, oh, wow. No, it goes down. Charge just now going down for Nightmare. Skillis has his +1 started way sooner. The Forge finished for Nightmare, and he's forgetting his +1. For a second, I thought he went double Forge, and I'm like, you know, that's based. I can get down with that. If he's, like, behind on charge and tech, a double Forge sometimes can be pretty decent to help you catch up and get ahead, even. A bold play. A bold move, Cotton. Rev tag revealing the Stalker, which is going to mean 1 free Stalker for Nightmare. There's Nightmare pressures on this side. He sees all the army, though. He should back off. He's going to do so. We got coming in for Warp. Installed Zealots. Charge eventually going to finish. Templar Archives coming down for Skillis, though, behind it. And his +1's going to finish pretty shortly. Nightmares has got a ways to go because he started it quite late. Roto Boost should help things out, though. It's not too bad, but could be a little better, obviously. Assault over here is going to be a little rough. Zealots coming in. He's fighting in the battery overcharge, though. And even though he has a massive army, Nightmare not exactly taking the greatest fight. Nightmare with the Observer is actually pretty smart, too. Oracle not really doing much at the moment. Battery overcharge already used in the 3rd base. Skillis. As Nightmare assaults the 4th, he's taking a 4th of his own. Skillis about to finish +1, but funnily enough, Nightmare caught up with Chrono Boost. His +1's not too far behind Skillis's. Zealots kind of fighting in an awkward, clumped up angle. The Sentries and the Stalkers fighting up the Zealots for Skillis. Oh my god. Nightmare with this army supply advantage, he seems like he might be cutting it in a bit. He's going to take out this 4th base. Catches the Immortal, target fires the Warp Prism, catches, yeah, totally catches the other Immortal. Alright, army supply's a little closer, but I'd say Nightmare's taking some big dubs, even though he didn't kill the 4th. He can certainly finish it off eventually here. His 4th base became established. He's got 4 pro production at a time. Equal workers. Neither player going into +2, because, no, they're just duking it out. Nightmare wants to end it. He says, no, we are going to get this man. That's what he's hoping, anyway. Now Skillis leading an army supply. He's deflected Nightmare for the moment. Nightmare in a net positive, I'd say, from this. Catching that Warp Prism, killing the Immortals. Good moves. All right, with that said, Zealots kind of lined up in the center near the proxy. Going to be pretty good. Nightmare's information's pretty good. He's got the Oracle and the Observer. Wants to keep that Oracle alive. Rev tag's pretty nice. Thing is, there is the ability to make Archons for Skillis. Skillis is double saturated. His gas is 3rd. No gases in his natural. Nightmare just with 1 gas here. I wouldn't hate Nightmare attacking up some more at some point, but he's got to get an army first. Stalkers are awkwardly caught here. He's going to blink back. Zealot's going to coming back in here, but these Archons could be pretty useful. With that being said, Skillis with a huge push with the army advantage. The supply do not lie, but oh man, that is a beautiful catch on the shield battery as well for Skillis. His Nightmare's shield battery's fallen. He's defending with no static defense. Yeah, this army's actually getting shreked. Even though Nightmare went into +2, Skillis exercised some good moves. The Oracle catching some workers. I don't think that's going to be enough to do anything. In my opinion, the game's looking like it could be over pretty shortly. Some actually really good plays from both of them, but you know what? At the end of the day, Nikita made some good calls, and that decision to attack after it's probably the best one he's made this game. It's 38 to 67 army supply. It's just an Oracle derping around. The gates even be powered. The center of the map for a Nightmare. Not very consequential, but still it's something. Nightmare would have to have the most insane defense ever, but I just don't see how he could hold this battery overcharge. Number 3 probably. There's number 2, I believe. Is activated, and GG is called. Skillless is going to take the first game. Very well done. All right, guys. Let's take a look here. Oof. I'm gonna see something. All right, let's get into game number 2. I think we should be good for no pre-rolls for a bit. All right. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. He's up a point. It's another best of 2 of the OSC Masters Cup. Number 149. We're on Group Stage D. Representing Team Liquid is Skillless, our red Protoss. And his opponent in this PvP. Now from Blood, give it up for Nightmare. And this one, I would say Skillless is definitely a little more favored. Nightmare can pop off and do some crazy stuff. We've even seen Cyan, aka Lancer, now doing some crazy stuff as well. Nightmare's been, for quite a while, improving quite a bit pretty rapidly. That one was kind of a close one, a bit of a back and forth. Skillless finally said, I've had enough. Taking you down to Kirktown. That was the end of Nightmare in game number 1. It looks like we're probably going to see double gate from both, but I've said that a couple times, and it's not been the case for Nightmare. Maybe not. Okay, it is double gate. Both sides of it going double gateway. Just to get things kicking off here. Alright. Probes will greet each other in the center of the map, I'm thinking. No, they aren't. I'm way off. Alright, no high fives here. Welcome, Senju. How you doing, buddy? Alright. Alright, decent scout on both sides. Just a little bit of harass from each probe on each side. Get some information. Scouting that it is indeed 2 pylons in the main base. We've had a gentleman's agreement. But what's this? It's a Zealot and a Sentry. Skillless. I've seen him do this a few times. Not the most common PvP opener. We'll leave it at that. That's going to allow him to get a damn fast Nexus. We'll be scouted by Nightmare. Nightmare's going to be like, what the fuck? 200 IQ plays from Skillless. So he spends his gas, builds the Zealot just to psych him out, gets the Nexus down without harass from the probe, and cancels the Zealot, because the Zealot's kind of not super useful. Stalkers are pressuring out, looking for a proxy, or is he just looking for the probe? Yeah, wow, Nightmare thinks there's a proxy. Not the case, though. Alright, Skillless with some 200 IQs moves. 40 chess being played by Mr. Nikita over here. I like the hallucination. Yeah, he's just going to go scout this out and see how Nightmare's opening. Robo from Skillless. I have a weird feeling Nightmare's just going to go into a Twilight. Double Stalker, double Sentry, very standard opener. Double Sentry, double Stalker, not quite this most standard opener from Skillless. It's supply block, though. He's going to want to drop a pylon pretty soon. I don't hate the probe being there. Well, okay, the Nexus is going to fix it. But nothing on the low ground for defense if there was an assault on the other side. But he's got information. Does scout the Twilight Council. Skillet's going into a Twilight of his own. It's pretty good. It's delayed, but he also has the ability to make Immortals and Observers. Nightmare does like DTs. So Dark Templar is a possibility from our Korean Protoss. And Scaleless is open very safe. Well, guess what? He's going for a War Prism. I like Scaleless' scouting paths here. Other than using hallucinations, he's got his Stalkers fanned out. Welcome, Vlad8515. Hello, hello, hello. Probably not the most exciting casting today, but it is what it is. Both going into Blink. Nightmare is a little ahead of Skillless, but still, considering you open with the Robo, it's pretty quick. For a guy that went for a very fast Nexus on a 2-gate and everything else, I think he's just fine. Army supply is obviously going to be in favor of Nightmare for a little bit, but it's where Nightmare may make the decision to just go for a third base, and he is going to do so. Is this going to be Adepts from Skillless? I have a sneaky feeling it will. Yep, 2 Adepts warping in. Big Daddy Immortal the Foul. Nightmare going for a Robo of his own. Hallucinations going out. This War Prism is going to make its way in, and it's not going to be scouted. Adepts getting some work. Nothing's in position, and nothing's in... Oh, wait. Nightmare almost could have blocked that. Not quite. Going after... Oh, I should have went for the Prism. Nice save by Skillless. He gets 2 workers for free. And a little lost mining time. Even putting that in warping mode just to save the Prism without microing it as much. He actually gets his third Nexus down too, albeit quite later than Nightmare. It's at a good time still. Trying to even things out. Faster Forge for Skillless. I love it. His Blink's even catching right up to it. So, honestly, good plays by Nikita. Nightmare not going for charge again. His Forge is a little later. I'd like to see Nightmare get those charge lots. Do you see that Robo? I'm just saying. There's a good possibility of Immortals as a follow-up, and Mortals certainly do not like Zealots. Especially with charge. It's going to be Resonating Glaives from Skillless. Alright, so we're going to Immortal Resonating Glaive. It's the build order of choice. Another Stalker to fake it out for by Skillless. Blink and Glaive. Skillless does like, okay, change it and went to charge. Could have been a misclick, but I think it was a decision change possibly from Skillless. War Prism's still here to be annoying. I like the Stalker from Nightmare to defend this. And we do have +1 coming for both. Ooh. Dep gets itself in the main base. Maybe gets a couple workers. He's hoping to, but no, will not. Oh, does. Not ideal by Nightmare, but he's trying to get some damage done. Equal workers. It's pretty close in army supply. Let's take a look at the Immortal count. Skillless is obviously going to be way ahead there. Skillless got charged well underway in Templar Archives. Nightmare is none of that. I don't like this. I do not like this for Nightmare. He's got a pretty healthy gate count still. Skillless getting some more as well. He's kind of... He had kind of a lower gate count, but it's kind of equalizing. In fact, I think it's going to be in favor of Skillless. He's going to have 8 gates versus 7. There's that War Prism still up. So he doesn't need to proxy a pylon or anything. Skillless going for a 4th base. Not a bad move considering there's not a whole hell of a lot happening. Charge just starting for Nightmare. The Templar Archive's just starting for Nightmare, and he's postured for a 4th. Skillless just getting some information, and these 2 Adepts are going to leave the War Prism, trying to get some more work done by Mr. Skillless. A couple Archons coming from Nightmare. Skillless with none yet, but doesn't quite matter. Nightmare really needs to chrono this as soon as he can. Yeah, he's got chrono boost available. He should be chronoing that charge. +1 is finishing up, so that doesn't really matter to chrono it. For the +2, I can see chrono it, but he should certainly chrono charge with all the Zealots he's been investing in. Nightmare getting a couple more Archons. Skillless has his for the push. I think I reversed the players. Apologies for that, chat. All right. Guardian Shield is activated. Battery did some good work in. Is going to go down. Nice target fire by Skillis. The Guardian Shield is going to help this fight a little. For Nightmare. Nightmare coming in with the War Prism of his own. Saves the Immortal for a moment. He's not picking up the Immortal in the front again. Needs every bit of DPS here because a lot of Zealots are just raking it up here. That does barely save that Zealot. Will it matter? I think his fourth base is under fire. For Nightmare, Skillis coming in hot. It's 18, 20 to 30 army supply. Skillis now with another warp, and I think this fourth base is forfeit. I don't hate the recall. That's actually pretty good for Nightmare. He needs to save everything he can, even though he's going to be playing from behind now. In fact, so behind that Skillis has +2 almost done. Oof. Nightmare's going to have a tough time coming back from this. It isn't over. Does have a worker lead for the moment. It's actually a good amount of workers, at least. Still, losing that fourth base was kind of rough and taking the worst of the fight. Yeah, the trades are way in favor of Skillis. Only one shield battery here for Nightmare. He has built a decent force, and he does have a War Prism of his own for some juggling. So that could have helped the fight, and we saw Nightmare with some sick War Prism juggling earlier. Alright, Nightmare just trying to get some information. There is a probe out to take a fourth base. Should he hold this fight? War Prism goes down for Nightmare. That's not what he was hoping for. Battery overcharge is activated, but the shield battery is going to fall. And it's more than double the army supply for Skillis. I think he's about to get his next point here in just a moment as the fight goes on. Oh my god, it's only one Immortal versus everything. GG. Skillis takes it with 2 points. Minerals in the main are mining out? Yeah, true. But keeping the workers alive. If you could defend the push and take a fourth and then keep up your worker production, eventually, you know, you can start long distance mining when you're in a safe spot and then drop an expander. Do the old trigger double expand. That's what I'd say. It's a weird way to play it. And I know a lot of people are like, why would you long distance mine? It's after holding a big push. You're like, basically, all right, I have room to breathe a bit, and I've been building workers at least. I couldn't effectively mine, but you still can technically mine. It's better than after you're past 20 workers and fresh base. You're better off long distance mining the rest. 20 is the magic number for saturation, oversaturation, I should say. All right, so guys, give me just a minute. I'm gonna run some more. I figure I'm just gonna take a break. We're gonna run some more ads so we don't get pre-rolls. Now's the time to do it. We're gonna go Nicarac versus Skillis. Little TVP for you, and I'll be right back. Give me just a few. Might as well do it when I'm in between stuff. I'll just run a minute. That should buy us enough time. Yeah. All right, everybody, we are done with the ads. Let's get into our next series. We got Nicarac versus Skillis. Game numero uno. And guys, this is the OSC Masters Cup number 149. We're in our fourth group stage, Group Stage D. We got some bangers today. All right, here we are. Fresh series spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Crimson Court. These are best of 2 games. In the red, representing Platinum Heroes, it is Nicarac, our Terran man. His opponent in the upper right from Team Liquid. He is blue. He is Protoss. Give it up for Skillus. All right, let's see what we get here. Nicaract is really fighting here. All right, ladies and germs. It's a Gate Scout from Skillus. I don't hate it against Nicaract. I like the Probe Scouts against Terran in any situation. Because you can always get that harass done, potentially. We saw Nightmare doing that earlier. A lot of players do it. Some folks just like the extra mining of that Gate Scout, because you have an extra probe mining and all that time. The harass you can do, you can delay the barracks, potentially go back and get a double whammy and delay the command center if it's a one racks expand. This is a double gas, though. And either way, the most important thing is getting a read on it. Now, Skillus didn't really... Let's take a look at the Skillus' information. You can check the fast gas, like a gas first timing. This is what was in debate in my chat before, but you can't get confirmation. This is why I always do a pylon 1 too. I always look for that second gas on the Terran, in my opinion. It's an easy way to save yourself some hassle of guessworking if your opponent is going barracks factory. Sometimes they'll hide it, like Nicaract is right here. And that's actually a smart move from Nicaract, putting the factory a little further back. He's hiding his tech. Should be apparent because the supply depot is there, but sometimes Terrans just open. They could literally just go one racks into a CC after the second supply depot just to hide their build and to be safe. Like maybe they're expecting a proxy or something. Skillus every so often will proxy a Terran. Not the case right now, though. As we get into it, we have a reactor coming down on the racks. High ground CC, Nicaract. Skillus should be able to see that if he pokes up a little bit, but he's going to see the reactor building. He does catch the Reaper. That was actually a beautiful shade. I just barely missed, but we heard it cancel. And we'll see what happens. Sakura, how you doing, bud? How are you doing? I forgot I had this today. But I hope this splits up the VOD for me. I forgot to check that. I was doing a little ladder earlier, and I forgot to cancel. I forgot to check the VOD to see if it splits it up into two. Because I want this to be a separate VOD if I can, to make it easier for YouTube after. And guys, do me a favor, check out my YouTube as well. But on the OSC site, oscesports.com, as you see right here, there's a shop now. We were looking at, apparently we have hoodies now available. We do appreciate the support. Probe does go down. It's just the scout. But either way, the Reapers went back to the other side of the map. Blink just is starting up. Just been chrono boosted a little bit ago. And Warp Gate finishing up for Skillus is just fine. He's getting his robotics facility. Very standard opener from our Protoss. No pressure yet. The Widow Mine's out for a little bit of a harass. Okay, Widow Mine's going to be picked up as well, so it's going to be Marines and a mine drop for Nicaract. Skillus should be just fine. Warp Gate's finishing up. Gates. Now Warp Gate's third gate coming down as well. It's just the 3-gate opener. Skillus kind of chilling back. He's looking for more information on each side of the periphery. He has the nice pylon here to scout up for drops in the upper left. Stalker's kind of chilling back at the side. This will be scouted. A couple Stalkers in the main base are going to help out a little bit. In the immediate, there was just a Reaper down below. I like the Stalkers hitting the medevac at first. Widow Mine here is going to be damn annoying. Probe is going to go down before it can be activated, though. So another probe may fall. It does not. If anything, sacrificed it. Well, Skillus has to be careful. Nice pull on the probe, but he gets the Widow Mine. That's actually pretty big for Skillus. Blink is not done just yet. Nicaract's going to get out of there with 4 Marines. I would just back the hell off if I was Nicaract. Yo, the cheeky Cyclone actually coming in clutch, catching a few workers as well. Oh, but the micro gets a little hull damage, and that's the end of that Cyclone. 5 probes fallen. 6 in total. Definitely trades favoring Skillus in my eyes. He still has a few more workers. It could be worse. The medevac going down with the 4 Marines. That's what I'm saying. He should have just went home. Nicaract using a Raven to harass. Honestly, Skillus should just drop another gate. I think 4-gate Blink would be fine. Okay, taking the third base works too. Like, truthfully, either way, he's in a decent spot, but not if he throws his stalkers away. My blink is deactivated for the moment. There is an observer here. Raven going to be damn annoying for a moment, and does catch 3 workers. Raven does get away unscathed for now. Skillet's going in, trying to pick off some workers in the back flank. Gets a couple. Maybe wants to get the tank if he can. Oh, loses that one stalker, though. Is about to lose another. Does he save it? He does. Nice catch on the tank and 3 SCVs. Bye, Skillet. All right, we don't see a Robo Bay or charge going from how he's open, but I'd like to see either. He has the gas for it. Skillet really should consider it. I don't hate an observer, but he needs a follow-up tech other than just blink stalkers at this point. Just to be safe. Like, it's not even just to be safe. You really should. All right. Third base going down. 4 stalkers just kind of here to put pressure on, but there still is a siege tank. He's trying to go back behind this, but that siege tank's going to be in range. Oh, for a lot of it, but not all. Siege tank going to reposition. He gets a couple workers. That's about it. And he needs to blink the hell out of there. Is he going to? He's trying to. Yeah, he loses his stalker, but still, it's a couple workers. Not totally worth it, but just kind of getting under Nicarag's skin here. Wait, I don't know how these observers are rallied here. Is that an accidental rally? Yep, it is. Oh, no. Oh, no, the Immortal. Skillet, I hope you check this. This happens to a lot of players, stuff like this, but... Oh, man. Okay, at least this is here. Now he realizes what's happened with his observers. He's just going to leave one there for drops or harass units like the Raven. Just the 3 stalkers in the front to get some information. Maybe pick off some reinforcements or pick at. Stall a push. Raven's still out. He's going to catch a couple workers. The auto turret does go down. Not a lot of energy on that Raven. Skillet's reposition the observer, and he's just going to chase this down, get another observer over here to look. So not bad map information from Skillet. 3 observers. Okay, that's not knobs mode, but see what happens. Scout in the 3rd CC. It's 54 army supply from Nicarag. Skillet. A couple of hits off the Ravens here to see the observer. It's gonna kind of go without much. Oh, Skillet's just going back in, diving up here, but there's a lot of Marines. He's gonna lose a couple stalkers. At least 3 do fall. Oof. Still kind of close in terms of trades. Charge finishing up. There's the Storm. Skillet's a little later to the party on that. It's a +1 for Nicarag. He's not going into +1 infantry armor. He's just going to push. Pretty big push. But honestly, oh man, that observer going down is kind of rough. Well, Skillet has 2 more. He can pull him in. If he gets the Raven, he can keep perpetual eyes on this. Charge had completed before again, so that's okay. Oh man. Anti-armor missile catches some of Nicarag's own army. Battery overcharge is going to come in clutch with these 2 Immortals on the high ground. The Stalker's kind of in this awkward spot. The boys are pulled. This is definitely a very committed attack. I'd say almost all in from Nicarag, except for he's a 3rd command center. It's not really all in, but it all depends on how he treats this. He wants to try to end Skillet. Did start his +2 armor. There's no Psionic Storm. It's just going to be Archons. This might be rough for Skillet, honestly. He loses the 3rd base. It's 2 bases to now 3 CCs. I'd say 3 bases. The Archons finishing are rough. The siege tank's not quite getting done in time. Why I say it's kind of rough is the 2 siege tanks sieged right there, 3, against 3 Immortals and 2 Archons, right next to a shield battery. That's not going to trade out so well. 1 Archon's remaining. The Immortals are there, and it's mostly Marauders. It's very, honestly, it's decent for both sides, but those SCVs falling's also kind of rough. Nicarag still keeping up the SCV production. Skillet's kind of just going out to push. He has a little bit of a bank. He can get Zealots out. And maybe get like an Archon, build some Stalkers, whatever he wishes to do. But yeah, Nicarag does only have 30 workers. He kind of pulled a... Yeah, I don't know. He's not going to have a tough time defending. He's got a lower army supply, and all of his tanks are gone, so he can't really defend from the high ground with tanks. Warp Prism coming in with loaded up with Zealots is going to be a problem as well. He wants to get that Warp Prism if he can, but this Natural's in trouble. boys can't really be pulled into Archons. If it was just like Stalkers and Immortals, I'd say that would be helpful, but there's even a Sentry to kind of close the door on the ramp. This big warping of Zealots, I think, is going to be all it takes to seal the deal. GG's called. Skillus takes it. The second series. All right, we got another group coming up here. Arstam versus Young Yakov. Little PVZ this time. First one of the evening. All right. Arstam versus Mr. Yakov. Ay. That may take a minute. I'm going to go cool off in the other room. I hate to do this to you. It's a good series, but I need just a minute. I'm going to stretch out and stuff, too. Be right back. We're going to get into Arstam versus Young Yakov. Hello. You missed the KSL finals? Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. It was a great tournament. All right, guys. Here we go. Game number 1, Arstam versus Young Yakov. We had Clem versus Dark last night in the Korean Starcraft League. Clem is in Korea. So is Trigger and Estrella in Future. Definitely a banger of a KSL. All right, here we go, guys. Another best of 2 spawning in the upper left. He's back. The captain of Shopify Rebellion in the red. Our Dutch Protoss, Mr. Arstam. His opponent in the bottom right from Platinum Heroes in the blue. Slimy Zerg drones. Give it up for Young Yakov. Our Zergy boy. What do we got? Standard opener from Arstam so far. He's not really quickly... Oh, he's going for gas before gate. Must have been floating a little bit. No. It's a little late to the gate, though. A little late to the gateway. Nothing too cheeky from Young Yakov right here. What happened at map 2 of Nicarak Skillus? The results? Nicarak got beat. Nicarak went for a big push. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and so Skillus took it. How you doing, Cynical Death? What's up, brother? Damn, aren't you going to bed? Oh, it's 11 o'clock on a Saturday. I guess I could see that. But good to see you, man. Yeah, so it was Skillus' win in game 2. Which map was it? Shoot. I want to say... What the hell's the name of it? The one with the minerals on this... The one with the, let's see. Why am I drawing a blank? I, too, am tired. I know it's a little earlier here, but I was up late. What the hell map was it? I'm trying to remember. The one with the minerals. I know, Able Bacon. I'm drawing a blank. I cast all the time, and I have the biggest brain fart right now. It was Crimson, yes. Crimson Court. Thank you. Sikora always coming in clutch. Sikora, you've been on fire. I have to do something here. Then I lost map 1. Oh, no. All right. I'm going to mod Sikora because Sikora's been too good. Sikora, you've been too good in the last few... Every time I've had a tournament lately. If you don't want it, you can unmod yourself or I can do it. But Cynical, I apologize. Let me look after this game if you can... Don't mind waiting. Yakov has a couple lings out. I just had a huge brain fart. I apologize. It's just the Stargate opener from Hearthstone. You see it the later Warp Gate, even if we didn't even check that out. It's just for... You don't have to do anything, truthfully. You do what you feel like. I'm not super ban heavy here, but occasionally... Usually those bots, that's about it, and... The occasional miscreant. I will look for you as soon as this is done, Cynical, if you got the time. Thank you for your help. And Liquipedia, guys, Cynical Death is an absolute legend. He's always helping out all sorts of Starcraft tournaments and events. For results on Liquipedia, he's a Liquipedia editor and admin. That might have been a little mistake in how I was saying it. Florencio, I was the first person I subbed to. I kind of worded my stuff weird. But it's close enough for government work, my Wikipedia page. Close enough. He was like my first... He's the first person that rated me. I'll say that. His brother Flo. Lots of links coming out from young Yakov. This is a very young Yakov's kind of action here. He's going to try to cancel the third base. That's a lot of lings. A bit of an investment. I wouldn't hate him microing some of the lings, but he just wants to stop it. He's going to get the kill on it. Going for the pylon. Go for the adept too while he's at it, but he's going to chisel here. That adept and a choke is probably not the best fight. So he did throw a few more lings than he should have probably, but the cancel's kind of nice. 3 adepts out now, and the oracle's going to be enough to fend this off. First Oracle has already made its way across the map, but there are 2 queens here. A Spore coming down as well. I got you. The guy's much dude streams. He's a nice enough guy, always in everybody's stuff all over. You're like, feels bad, man. I'm sorry, bud. Alright. Third Nexus going down at 4:35. Still not even a horrible time for Hearthstone, truthfully. The Captain does okay there. Stalker's going to get rid of this guy, but the Twilight Council finishing up is pretty good as well. Is the Captain going for Blink, or is he going for, like, Resonating Glaives? He's going for Blink. Not super surprised. Hearthstone's usually pretty standard, but I wouldn't be super shocked to see him go Glaives on the back of this. All right, Oracle taking a little bit of damage. Hearthstone's got to respect these spores. Is going to scout the 4th base, which is a little early. Truthfully, I don't hate it from Yakov, who's going into a Roach Warren as well. That's finishing up. Layer just now started at about 5 minutes and 20 seconds. About 5:17, I'd say that layer dropped. Blink's about 30% done. And guys, remind me to get the results for Cynical here. And the game number 2 for the map. I thought it was Crimson as well, but we can always take a look at game 1 as well. That Forge just now dropped. We have 18 lings in production. Another hatch, that 4th hatch coming down, double Evo. Young Yakov. Yakov trying to hold here. Stasis Ward's going to be clutch. It's a lot of the lings, but there's still a wrap around. The queens and the lings trying to fight this off, getting us surrounded in the stalkers, but there's no blink. Oh my god, the lings and the queens actually get some serious work here, even with the stasis catching some of the lings. That's a big pickoff. Trading lings for stalkers is pretty good if you can. Even if he loses most of them, which he does, it's very good trades for our Zerg player. Yeah, 7 Stalkers fell. That's feels good, man, for young Yakov. Harstham going into +1 and a Templar Archives. Blink has completed. Doesn't have much in terms of an army supply, but some of these lings are even beaten up. Alright, all these roaches are back here. Glial Reconstitution, ranged attacks, and melee coming down for young Yakov. I like the setup. Yakov trying to get a ling run by somewhere. Harstham still has this adept in the wall, which is pretty good. Young Yakov supply block from the Stalkers picking off an Overlord. Just if you have time, we can live it without it. Yeah. I got you, brother. I feel bad because I should remember. I'm just like shot. All right, Queens. Gonna deflect the Oracle a little, but Pulsar Beam didn't help to push back that fight a little. 22 lings in production. Harstham with 3 more gates. He's going to be at not really a ton of gates. It's that 7 gates. 4th Nexus going down at some point. Once he secures this, he's going to want to drop a bunch of gates. And get to at least like 11, 12 warp gates. Robotics facility coming down as well. I like that. That's what you want to do. Hydra's coming out for young Yakov as he goes into muscular augments. Glial Reconstitution finishing up at the Roach Warren. And his 1-1 coming behind it. Harstham is +1, going to finish slightly before. But with melee and ranged attacks, this army's going to be kind of tough. Out of Yakov. Full wall from Harstham is a smart move. And these lings are going to be trapped. We did some work done on some of the shields at least. No shield battery closer to anything over here. This wall from Harstham. Overseer going kind of tipping his hat a little. This going as the Oracle catching eyes on this. Muscular Augment's finishing up here in just a moment. So we got Hydra speed. No groove spines yet, though. The Rev Tag sees this army push. Base is not done yet. Shield battery's almost there. Psionic Storm has completed, though, and there's some storms available for Harstham. He's got 4 storms. And this is where our Zerg player has to be careful, or should be careful, I should say. Ooh, the storm is massive on those lings. Link's going for that shield battery, though. Photon Cannon is going to finish up. Corrosive Vials are available as well for Yakov. He's going to drop a couple defensively. Lands. Oh, doesn't land one. Has to be careful. Does eat a pretty juicy storm out of Harstham. Harstham kills. Oh my god, the storms are really good. And he still has. I don't think he has any available right now. He's going to morph some Archons. He's going to buy him sometime. There is another shield battery here. High Templar are forced to become Archons. Archon's going to be a little scary, but here comes the reinforcements of Yakov as Harstham tries getting something done on the other side of the map. Yakov actually has to be a little careful here. Losing the Ravs is rough. There's no way he wins the fight, but he's kind of going to go back, tail between legs, or trade out what he can with that little army and just pump out army units because Harstham surely is going to go push right now. He's got an Immortal. Another one in production. It's Hydras and Lings mostly, with a group of Roaches coming as well. I would hate some Ravagers being made when he can. Well, Yakov going for a Ling run by. Oh man, the shield battery. Lings do get 1 High Templar. Do they get another? No. They drained the energy there. Oh, he can make it into the natural. I almost think he had an opportunity to make it into the natural. That would have been a sick run by. He could have got into that, got into the main, maybe depowered a pylon or something. If not, regardless, that didn't happen. 2-2 on the way for our Zerg player. Harstham going into shields as he has +2 and going into a fleet beacon and an additional Stargate. So Harstham's going to make a Sky Toss transition. Well, not really Sky Toss. He's just going for Tier 3 air. All right. Yakov not really in a super ideal position. He's just now getting a 5th hatch. I think with all the pressure he did, he should have expanded behind it. Roach is trying to fight off the Zealots. The upgrade advantage is kind of rough for our Zerg player. And Protoss's upgrade advantage is kind of going to pull this back a bit. Harstham with the double forge, by the way. He's going for +3 ground weapons with that +1 shields. So he's going to start banking up on ground upgrades. Yakov trying to make something happen. Doesn't win the fight on that. But anyway, some zealots are going to be dealt with. Don't get into the mineral line. Nice defense from young Yakov. He's going into a lurker den and hive. I like that. The 2-2's finishing up eventually for Zerg. Here come the zealots going into... Oh, they're going to catch some free spines. Yakov. He's going to lose drones and money. Oh, that's rough. Those losses are huge because he's fighting in the middle of the map. His lurker den's done. The hive's not quite... Oh, man. Oh, man. Yakov. I don't know about that fight, brother. Yakov is losing his ass over here. 7 workers falling. Ay, ay, ay. He's just got drones in production, too. He didn't go for a baneling nest. I feel like Yakov's play would be a little better with some banelings this game. It would have gone a little smoother for him. It's hard with the Stormy Boys and Archons and Immortals, but if nothing else, defensively for Zealots, you can always sneak in Lingering Bison mineral lines. So banelings don't give a damn about your shield batteries when it comes to just workers. If there's like a couple cannons, yeah. Lurkers there to defend, as is the Queen. A couple lurkers, actually. And Seismic Spines is almost done. We do have +3 range attacks coming for young Yakov as he deflects the Zealots yet again. A lot of Immortals and Carriers have arrived. Young Yakov has no idea that there's Carriers about to come down, and he still just has this 5th. Yeah, he should drop a base up here and maybe a macro hatch. Just getting the larva out, the production is pretty good. Pretty decent Immortal count from Harstam as well. This guy toss is going to be a little rough. Yakov's trying to get that Spire down, but it's not going to be done for quite a while. And I don't think we really have much in terms of Hydras. Yeah, only 5 Hydras here. Hydras don't exactly do great against Carriers, but in a few numbers, you can definitely snipe them with a good number of Hydras. After Turtle, he lost all that static before. He's trying to get some more. Vipers are okay, though. Here comes a Mothership, another Carrier. The Oracle's even here. 12 Hydras in production because Yakov, quite frankly, needs to. He's maxed out. He's not going to be able to do anything with the Spire. Alright, some of the Creep Tumors getting taken out of the Zealot. Well, this army's walking into Lurkers right here. Yakov's trying to get back into this. Oh, the slow field zone is massive. From the Mothership. Harstam. With some good plays. Oh my god, Yakov just walked into that storm. Oh man. Feels bad. This hatch is sure as shit going down. This is what I'm talking about, dropping some other hatches. Getting a macro hatch, because if you lose a base when you're on like a small number of hatcheries, like he's an equal number of bases to Protoss, equal number of hatches, it's not going to end too well usually. He barely hangs on with this hatch. And if nothing else, you have more production, because he's lost 23 workers. He's going to have a bigger army, consequently. Isn't building any Corruptors, though. He's building Lurkers. Harstam's going for, like, Carrier Immortal with some High Templar. Observer alone, even right here, is going to be a little rough. He's going to try to yeet these Carriers back. Feedbacks on the Vipers were pretty good. He loses 1. Alright, yeah, he's... Okay, now he's just now getting Corruptors. He could have before. He does have flyer attacks on the way, but not quite yet. Yakov even dealing with an assault over here, trying to deal with an assault over here. Harstam's just everywhere. And Yakov does not have the bank to just like, alright, let's remax and we're gonna max out and have a larger army. Not gonna be the case this game. Mothership is abducted. He's gonna go down for the Hydras, but fear this may be too rough for young Yakov, who did manage to get the bottom left base. So he's ninja base, and he can move those. If he can move those drones over, unbeknownst to Harstam, that might be a chance to bring a little bit of time back in this defend. But I don't know. The storms are pretty good here. The Corruptors trying to get some serious damage. Hydra's walking into it are not ideal. GG's called. Harstam is going to take game number 1. I'm going to look at the maps of the previous series. So, Nicorak Skillis, game number 1 was on Crimson Court. Game number 2 was on Crimson Court. That's what I have. Cynical Death, you're not losing it. I'm going to message you. right, so I'm gonna message Cynical just to make sure. Oh, you know? Oh. Yeah, I know. It's 1 a.m. Yeah, it is 1 a.m. there. Holy shit. It's 1:30 there. 1:20. Oof. Let's get into game number 2. Hey, if you gotta go and you're doing some stuff too, we can always wrestle Thorn or one of those guys in. I'll find somebody. I appreciate your help, man. I'd like to learn some stuff from Liquipedia or try to do some edits sometimes and some things just to practice. So you guys, just to help. If I do good, it's you get all the credit. If I fuck up, then it's just my fault. I don't need any credit. You're end up with this series and go to bed. Good. Yeah, get some sleep, man. Thank you for your help again. Guys, it's Cynical, the Goat Death. All right. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner. He's up a point. Wait. Nothing I could have done better there. Just kidding. Different series that we already casted. I was looking at them. All right, here we go. Run game number 2. My bad, guys. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Alcyone. In the red, put up for Harston. His opponent in the bottom left, representing Platinum Heroes in the blue, is young Yakov. All right, we'll see what happens here. I'll get into this. Let's pool first. Young Yakov might get... Yeah, he's going to do the Young Yakov special. He's going to cheese Harston. It's a proxy hatch. For those of you that don't know him, this has been Young Yakov's bread and butter from when he's Downo series. Sometimes he opens like this. Young Yakov is not afraid to cheese it up. And I hope you guys like some good fromage. He's waiting it out for the money. He's waiting for a lot of things. Harston's going to go for the Nexus. I don't know what Yakov's doing here. He's not going to be able to block the wall even. Young Yakov's got a missed opportunity for this. Oh, Lings are coming. Here comes the drone. Now he can get it in there. Oh. Alright, he's trying to buy time with the drone. Young Yakov sprays. Being damn annoying to Harston. You can get us around potentially, but with all the probes, it's going to be kind of a rough fight. He's not going for a proxy hatch. He's just fighting. He's gaming. He was causing chaos. Zealot's still alive, but this ain't an easy fight. It's a lot of lost mining time. It's only one drone for Young Yakov, who's honestly really behind on workers with that 12 pool. Still, a lot of lost mining time for Harston. Yakov even trades halfway decently with this. He gets the Zealot. He's getting a few more probes. Oh my god, the Adept's gonna come out. Yeah, sending that drone back is huge. It's 14 to 12 workers, kind of create a crazy game with a little bit of chaos here, to say the least. You know, extractors made, but there's not enough workers to mine on gas. Adept number 2 is coming out. Lings coming back in. They're just slow Zerglings. Harston's just going to chill back, probably. He could push out. Overlord sees this. Okay, Harston might be just debating him. Ah, he is. Young Yakov goes for it. There's no warp gate. There's no Stargate just yet. Yakov going to pick off some more workers. Let's go for the pylons. Alright, they're going to be trapped. The Adepts are recalled. Still getting pylons now. Horribly depowers the gate for a minute, so no more gateway units can be made. Now he's just droning up. This game's awkward. Hearthstone still has more workers. Yakov does have a couple queens. 3 queens isn't too bad, but I don't know. It's kind of just creating an awkward state to the game. Yeah, Hearthstone with a really light Stargate too, though. Some stinky cheese, guys. Some very stinky cheese. All right. Hearthstone going out with 2 adepts for some pressure. It's only a couple lings for Yakov other than the queens to defend this. There's no metabolic. Yakov with just 3 queens. He's trying to drone up. He does have the metabolic, as I said. Adepts going back home. Stargate finishing up. Lings! Oh my god, I didn't even see this. Yakov makes his way in. He's trying to get some damage done. There's no... Oh, it's just the 2 adepts. Yakov could just hammer on the link key, honestly. Yeah, there could be an oracle, but... Now that the 3rd hatch is down, I wouldn't hate overlords and links. He's going for more links. Metabolic's gonna finish in 10 seconds. Couldn't have happened sooner. But he definitely caused some chaos killing that gateway. Warp gate's about 75% complete. Exactly. Well, Yakov has to try to cheek it out. He's the underdog to Hearthstone. I've definitely seen young Yakov beat Hearthstone. He's definitely not someone Hearthstone would underestimate. Played pretty straight up the last game. Certainly an annoying thing to deal with. At the same time, it's kind of funny though. Like Hearthstone ended up like ahead on workers either way. Kind of fine in tech. So he actually did have an okay defense considering how cheeky that was. It wasn't even a proxy hatch. It ended up just being a drone harassing with the lings on a 12 pool. Happy that. And this 3rd base, though, that's going to have to be canceled. Yakov with a 4th hatch going down behind it as his 3rd base does finish up. Pylon's in trouble. It's a couple oracles out of energy and just 2 adepts. Ooh, the Cyber Core's even in trouble. Void Ray coming, though. Having to cancel that 3rd base is damn rough for Hearthstone, but truth be told, I don't think he's in that bad of a spot. If he can get a 3rd base up soon, it's fine. It's not great. It's fine. Our oracles need to start with more energy. Wouldn't that be the shit? Situationally, there's some mistakes Hearthstone made too, though, in it. I think it was kind of a weird situation. Yeah, I kind of with you on the turning them on initially, like, or at the least, something of that effect would be good. Cybercore energy upgrade or fleet beacon. Yeah, if oracles having something in the fleet beacon would actually be pretty based. Because oracles aren't exactly, in my opinion, they're not at all a gimmicky unit. They're just... Oracles are like the easiest unit to control, let's be real here. It's not like it's just some kind of gotcha unit like a Void Ray, which honestly kind of sucks, but... Oracles are pretty good, but you actually have to know how to use them. And you have to baby them. Yeah, they definitely, the pulsar beam at times, it seems like they would be... There's a reason a lot of the pros use oracles more often when you see a bunch of scrubs on the ladder. Let's put it that way. They're really good, but again, not easy to use. It does kind of sometimes seem unfortunate when you're like defensively using oracles, but they have a lot of utility between rev tags and stasis wards as well. I think all in all, it evens it out. Yeah, I think something maybe could be changed. Might not be too busto. It might be over. Thing is, we could change it and be like, oh, that's fucking busto. That'd be something interesting to explore for sure. I'm not opposed to it.
Hey! Who wants to have some fun?
Hey, thank you for the raid. Guys, make sure you follow Solus Rex. Hope you had a good stream. Do appreciate you. We got Hearthstone and Young Yakov. These games were played in advance, but never cast live, so the results are not public. You have a good stream, mate? Overseer goes down. And Harstum does lose an Oracle. Leo Reconstitution about to finish up for young Yakov. And guys, this is the OSC Masters Cup. It's the 149th. I'm partnered up with OSC on this one. It's a $600 plus, I'll say, because who knows? If everything goes well, I'll put a few more bucks in this one. Yeah, I have an excellent stream today. Good. Well, guys, make sure you follow Solus Rex. Glad you had a really good stream, mate. And thank you for the raid. I do appreciate you. We got some more series here. Alright, yeah, this group's actually been kind of a banger for what we got. Good mix-ups. We have Harstum, Young Yakov, Nicaract, Nightmare, and Skillis in Group D. Ooh, fourth base having to be canceled. Could be a problem for Harstum. Harstum's starting to get a decent army supply, but he's going to have to hold. His Storm's not quite done. And that's a damn shame. Oh, Force Fields could be decent, but he's got to save these High Templar. Harstum loses one. When Storm comes in, this could be okay, but, well, Lurkers could be a bit of a problem. And one of the Lurkers goes down to the low ground, but here we are, some Siege. Oracle is here. Does it have enough energy for a rev tag? Storm comes in pretty clutch. I don't believe... Yeah, we do. He just needs to use it. I don't think Harstum is well aware that there's two Lurkers right there. Yeah. Man, Yakov cheesing it up this game to get in this position. So what you guys missed is a drone. Just a single drone pulled in with a 12 pool. I thought for sure young Yakov was proxy hatching because he's been known to do that. But instead he used the drone to kill a pylon. A lot of chaos ensued. And honestly, found himself in some decent spots. I don't hate the Tempest with this from Harstum. Yakov tends to like his Lurkers. This time, though, it's a lot of Hydras. Some of the Roach is still there. The Storm should deal with that pretty well. That being said, you have adaptive talents coming in +2 for Zergus. Harstum's +2 is just now coming in. Lurker's trying to get something done. I like the Ling pole there. He activated the stasis ward. Young Yakov did. Got kind of Lurkers in a position in each location in a bit of a menace. I don't know about those Hydras fighting there. He's got to respect these High Templar too. His young Yakov is kind of 3-4 different positions. Still can't eat Storms with these Hydras and Lings. And the one Roach. Rev tag's activated, possibly allowing that moment where if Harstum gets a chance to think, could potentially target fire those Lurkers with the Tempest. Okay, he's gonna get one right here. Wall stays in. 20 probes fell for Harstum. And, well, as large as his army is, it's a possible young Yakov just bullies through here. Lurker's still getting some value. Takes out the photon cannon. That's a little less vision for Harstum. He's trying to get more Tempests out. This army's pretty massive, though. Lurkers, even though they're chiseling at some stuff, it's going to force young Yakov to disengage. Yakov doesn't have a base over here, but still, it's barely 3 bases. Not even quite 5. Yakov's upgrades even getting pretty good. Harstum going into +3, though, but now that we have Aspire and Corruptors with Adrenal Glands coming to Hive, etc., it's not fantastic for the captain. Certainly not Jover, but we'll see. How many shots does it take a Tempest to kill a Lurker? I'm not sure. It's not too many. Tempests are pretty good against Lurkers, though, just from the range, because they're going to outrange a Lurker even with Seismic Spines. Not that a Lurker can shoot them, but from how you're playing it, you can definitely break the sieges. Ultimately, though, young Yakov had 91 drones. That's one situation. There is a land I can see Harstum getting a larger armory supply than young Yakov can at 57 workers. Maybe he takes a fourth, gets a little bit more, just saturates, and gets his massive Protoss army, and then young Yakov could just die for being too greedy. Alright, some of this getting cleaned up. See what happens from here as we get into it. Yakov has rebuilt an army. This time it's a little different. It's not really a super Sky Toss heavy. It's some Tempest, a Void Ray being made by Hearthstone. It's mostly Immortals, some High Templars, some Archons. And Yakov fighting into Archons and stuff. Gets the Oracle. That's actually pretty big. Another Oracle's going to have to be made. Hearthstone did go into double Stargate, which honestly is not a bad move, but Yakov's really investing into Corruptors. Hearthstone's mined this out, but hasn't been able to even consider taking a 4th just yet. He doesn't want to risk it, I guess. He wants to try to push out for some kind of assault. He's been forced to play in such an awkward game. Storms are available. Archons are here, and Yakov could throw away his Corruptors. There's not a ton in terms of Hydras now. It's all Corruptors for anti-air mostly. Alright, with that being said, +3 finishing up for the Captain. +1 air weapons coming as well. Young Yakov's going into melee finally. Going into +2 flyer attacks and +3 ranged attacks. Alright, Corruptors. Alright, gonna get some work in. Prismatic alignment's gonna help on the Corruptors a bit, but they're picking off some reinforcing units. The Storm is pretty good from Hearthstone on the upper side, but guys, ladies and gentlemen, this third base is kinda keeping Hearthstone together. He's down to 46 workers. He has got a little bit of a bank, but even with this large army, I don't know. Hearthstone forced to take the 12 o'clock position base. Young Yakov's just going to max out a little more. He can even drop some static. He's dropping bases, so his drone count's dropping a little, which is fine. It's what he probably wants at this point. He can build static. Taking hatches is obviously smart. Hearthstone's upgrades are quite good for a guy that's been cheesed out of existence, basically. Oh, man, static defense dying right there, though. It's going to go in Hearthstone's favor. Captain's had enough, guys. He wants to end it. He's going to try to, because it's basically what he has to do. I don't hate a double expand behind this, because he's like, I want to get some damage done, or trade out well, and then have an economy again. He's just going to rotate 2 base economy to 2 new bases. It'd be like the Terran floating orbital command centers. Different locations, because they mined out and they somehow found magic. But I don't know if Hearthstone's going to find magic here, guys. As the supply plummets to 35. GG is called. Young Yakov's going to take the second game, bringing the score to 1-1 in that best-of-2 series. Pretty cool stuff. All right, I got to shout out Mr. Soul Rex. Oh, wait, we did. Solus Rex. If I can follow you, I will. Hey, I have a follower available. So I was maxed out. I'm always cleaning up, Larry. My Twitch list, because I've exceeded the limit. All right, guys, this one I'm definitely going to take a teeny little break. Just a teeny one. I want to check on the ad limit, because we might need to run. We'll do another 1-minute one, just so we don't have any... So we don't have any issues in between, but we're going to get into Hearthstone versus Skillis. If I could spell Hearthstone right, apparently. I typed in Harstem. The captain. Alright, guys, give me just a little bit. I am going to run an ad. I'm going to run to the bathroom, aka, actually, I'm just going to get up and stretch. Move around a little bit. We'll get into this... It's our 9th of 10 series. Sibajan, who's up? All right. Here we are. Hey, kitty. Come on, Charlie. What's up, bud? Sorry, guys. I had a cat over here. Charlie. Come on. All right, let's get into game number uno. Arstam and Skillis PvP. And a good one, probably. All right, another best of two. This is the OSC Masters Cup, number 149, Group Stage D. Spotting in the upper left-hand corner of Golden Aura and the red Protoss probes, representing the Shopify Rebellion. It is Arstam. And his opponent in the bottom right, representing Team Liquid in the blue. Give it up for Skillis. Looks like we're going to have some high ground action. Is it going to be 1 or 2 gate? Well, both these guys have fooled me before. It's about 2 a.m. for these two. But they're not actually playing. These games were played in advance. I'm not saying it to make it lame. The results aren't known. We do that for the group stages of this tournament, so players can find times to make the time to play, because like say Nightmare and EU players, you get NA players, we literally have had folks from all different servers, so that's why we set those rules up. It allows matchups to happen at times that are good for both of them. They're on the other side of the world. No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. You're just asking. I'm just letting you know. I don't mean to take away from anything. It's just the facts. Be the facts. You know? All right. Cybernetic score going down for Arstam, as is the case for Mr. Nikita. All right. We'll see what happens here. What was that tasty beverage? I'm drinking Blue Moons. Double Adept Warp Gate from Arstam. Skill is going for a Sentry. For starters, looks like he's going for the build we saw him do previously. He's not faking out a Zealot. Okay, now he's faking out the Zealot. But he wants to get this Nexus. He barely gets it in time. Arstam's going to have to contend with that. Arstam looks like he's going for a Stargate. Yes, he will. Skillis, not really getting the read just yet. The Adepts are going to take care of this probe likely very fast. And my kitty cat is up here being a cute, chunky boy. Hello, Charles. I'm going to get the cat cam up, even for some casts sometimes. I gotta do that at some point. They move around too much and go in different spots. It's on my list of things. Possible spot cat cams. Did the cow jump over the blue moon? Ha. Good one. Alright, Adepts are making their way across the map. They were scouted by the probe going down. Skillet's gonna have this Nexus quite faster. Stargate gonna finish up from Arstam behind this in the meantime. And my kitty is just loving up on me here. He wants to get brushed, I know it. Can't brush you right now, Charles. Alright, Adepts trying to make their way in here and are not going to be able to do so. Good defense from Skillis as we get into it. And gets the cancel. The Adepts are going to shade back again. And kind of chases back. Well, that was a good pushback by Skillis there. Alright, kitty. Good boy. How you doing, Fosfato? Oracle coming in. Shield battery is going down, but the Oracle's going to hit beforehand. Arstam doesn't hide it. He should have kind of went around the edge. If he went to the right side, I think he could have picked off a couple probes for some reaction, a knee-jerk pull or something. Maybe pull the Stalkers back. The Adept's going to continue to be annoying with the Oracle as well, but I don't think it's going to get anything done. Arstam actually getting under Skillis' head a little bit because he's not started Blink. Okay, delayed Blink anyway. Arstam behind this has a Twilight of his own. And is he going to get right onto Blink? We'll see. He's microing too much. Yeah, okay, he's going to get it. When I say too much, I mean, if they get pulled his attention away a little bit. So even if you're good like Hearthstone, guys, my point is, everybody makes mistakes or nobody's perfect, more so. It doesn't ever really even call that mistakes. It's just, you can only operate so fast with the human mind. Even the captain, as good as he is. And skillless. Alright, what do we got? Blink, a little behind Mr. Skillless is on Hearthstone's side of it. Worker counts in favor of Hearthstone. So there were a couple workers picked off. In total, just 4 for, okay. He's getting a couple more, Mr. Hearthstone is, and looks like he is going to save both Oracles. Blink's not quite done yet. Skillet's going for a third Nexus, though. It's information Hearthstone does not have. He's going to go for one anyway, so it's not too bad. This is not like a huge lead. Hearthstone not paying attention to the Oracles, though. He has to be careful. Luckily, again, Blink isn't done. It'd be ideal to keep both Oracles alive because you could have stasis wards, rev tags, maybe going for more pressure. But usually defensive stasis wards could be clutch. Or even base denying stasis wards. You get a probe trapped right in the center. Bam, that's going to be a long time where you can't build a Nexus there. Forge going down for Hearthstone. Skillless, not quite there. He's going for a robotics facility. He's not going into charge. Hearthstone's Blink's going to finish now, though. And let's take a look at the gate count. It's 2 gates for Hearthstone again. So Skillless, I think, is just now getting his Forge. It's kind of evening out a little bit. Hearthstone does have a little bit of army supply. Some of it's the 2 Oracles, but it's kind of close. Skillless with the nice force field. Or no, force field, sorry. Hallucinated Phoenix is going to scout this out. I don't know why I said force field. I'm just tired. I do know why. Charge on the way for Mr. Skillless as well. +1 in charge coming for Hearthstone. This one's a little different. Funnily enough, we're seeing some... I'm going to eat my words here. I was about to say something kind of silly of the games. We still have Nightmare and Skillless. But anyway. Get into it. Nice stasis ward here behind the grass. That's actually a smart move. We do have Immortals. There is one observer for Skillless. Could come in helpful and finding cheeky stasis wards that aren't really super obvious. 4th Nexus going down for Hearthstone, so he's going to try to jump for an economic advantage if he can. Still, Skillless leading an army supply and has defender's advantage. Shield battery going to be quite helpful here. Rev tag is going to be pretty good for Hearthstone. Hallucination going to go scout this out, and he's going to probably see this 4th base. In fact, I'm pretty certain of it. As we get into our next set of little engagements. Skillless still just chilling on 3 bases. Hearthstone's finishing up in just a few moments as 5 more gates are coming online. He's not going right into +2. Skillless is going to have his +1, but Hearthstone could be getting +2 behind this. Skillless going for another Immortal. Oh, look at... Wow, that micro from Skillless. Did you guys see that shit? Sends a Stalker forward and blinks back. Doesn't even get 1 Stalker in stasis. That is Chad Gamer material right there, ladies and gents. Very sick plays from Skillless. I don't hate Hearthstone's position at all. Skillless just now going for his 4th base. He's down in workers, but he could technically get a larger army even yet. Because of it, but another stasis ward in the same spot is going to take care of a lot of the Zealots. Problem is there's a lot of Immortals here, and it's pure Stalkers from Hearthstone. He's morphed in Zealots on his side of the map. Nothing really too cute over here, and he's kept... Hearthstone's done a damn good job of keeping these Oracles alive, honestly. I say that, Caster's Curse! What do I do? That is definitely the Caster's Curse right there. Hearthstone going for a 5th base. Skillless going for a 4th as the Zelly boys of Hearthstone come in to crash and cancel the 4th base. Skillless catching a bunch of Stalkers, though. Harstem's just going to back off. He needs to get these zealots back. I wouldn't hate an F2, and then after just going to this control group, after just going back with the zealots, because this is a pretty large army. From Skillis. And Harstem really could add a huge +2 advantage. He's going into a double forge, but right now he's on the defense. There's Archons here, there's Immortals, some Zealots as well. Eventually this group of Zealots is going to come out of stasis. Harstem is going to walk right by. Hey, you can see me. What's up, bro? You want to fight me? There's nothing you can do about it. Well, guess what? The stasis is going to come down, and at least Harstem's going to have eyes on this after, I guess. Oh my god, it's a gangbang. Mamma mia, that's not the ideal situation. As the Zealot was fucking fully surrounded. Harstem going full send with a bunch of... Oh my dear lord, that's a lot of Zealots. It's like 30 Zealots. Well, not quite, but still. 20-something Zealots right there. Meanwhile, he's getting pushed in at his 4th base. He could have pulled to his 5th. I guess he's going to try to hide it. But the Archons are going to be kind of rough. Harstem trying to get this +1 too, but the Zealots over here, he really wants to get some work done. Skillis with the Adepts are going to mess with the RNG of the Zealots here. And well, Harstem is a larger army supply. I don't know. I wouldn't hate like a recall or something. If he had those Zealots in, even though there's a lot of Archons, he's going to lose that Forge. That +1 upgrade advantage is not going to be a thing. And Zealots are kind of everywhere. Skillis is down on workers. Harstem's still attacking. He's going to go back full send with everything. Doesn't have a recall available, so it doesn't matter. He's kind of stuck in this awkward spot. He doesn't want to take this too much. Cleans up the Zealots on that side. One is over here. A couple are over here, actually. Harstem is trying to take this fight as good as he can. Archons and Stalkers kind of blocking the Zealot reinforcements coming in the main. But he's just letting us go. Harstem, your army's not doing anything. Harstem, hello? Harstem. Harstem actually is winning the fight, and Skillis says that we're building workers, but Harstem? Okay, there we go. He's actually taking damage. He's almost losing several Nexi. He's ahead in workers. It's 14 to 37, but man, bit of a tragic mistake almost. Just from a couple of units hitting each Nexus, he almost lost it all, truth be told. And guys, bear with me. I got a little bit of a fire situation going with Hospice, so... Yeah, I'm gonna do a little damage control. Good hits. Dump some water in the old ashtray. That's a little scary. You didn't hear anything. Well, nothing we could have done better here. GD is calling Harstem. He's gonna take the first game. The captain. In the chonk. This guy, Charlie. Out of nowhere. Good boy, Charlie. Hey, Charlie. We're gonna get into game 2 in just a moment. I gotta pet the cat here. Good boy. He loves it. Good boy, Charlie. Charlie. You guys can't see him flicking the end of his tail. What's their APM? I didn't actually see it on that one. Quite I. Chingesaganaki. Apologies. I'll be damned if I can say her name right. Anyway, let's get into game number 2 on our 9th series. All right. And guys, if you're new here, do me a favor, smash that follow button. We're gonna go over the OSC stuff as before the 10th, but here we are. It's not a best of 3. It's a best of 2. This man needs a point on the board. He wants a point on the board in the blue from Team Liquid. It is Skillis. His opponent in the bottom right. He hails by the captain, the SS Macro. In the red from Shopify Rebellion, it is Harstem. It looks to be a standard 2-gate from both. Very likely. Sick plays by the captain in game number 1. As we get into it, I'll try to pull the APM up for you. Chingesaganaki. apologies on my lack of the ability to pronounce your name correctly. It looks to be, yeah, just a 2-gate. Skillis just kind of keeping an eye out, seeing if there's anything cheeky. A faster probe. The just-in-case cannon rush. Harstham can do some memes, let's be real. He's a pretty standard player, but he's definitely got some cheeky stuff. We might have been doing YouTube content and making this. Right. Excuse me. I had a little accident here. Nice Skillis just going in for the scout. Harstham going for a metagame proxy pylon, or he might actually truly proxy. We might see 3-gate robo or something. No, it's the second pylons in his base. He's just looking around for proxies to see if Skillis is doing it to him. And he's going to go scout finally. I kind of want to ask Harstham. What his, He seems to always scout later against at least against certain players, if it is just against certain players. I get the economic opening, but some of the guys he's done it to, I'm like, it's a little risky. But he seems to be doing okay. We've definitely seen some stuff where it has cost him a little earlier today and elsewhere, but... Alright, it's going to be a robo from Skillis, so 2-gate robo against 2-gate robo. Both of them going for the robo first opener. They're both nervous. Harstham just did get that first point, so he wants to solidify it. I guess a 2-gate robo is not exactly a horrible opener on the back of a Nexus. There's nothing cheesy going on. Skillis looking around too. I think maybe there was a little banter before, and they're little smack talking. Neither one of them is feeling completely safe, so they're keeping each other honest, even hallucinate scouting after. Skillis ultimately sending this probe back. He's just costing himself some lost mining time. Now that hallucinations are out and he's got eyes in a good amount of places, he's going to confirm that it is the exact same opener, pretty much, from each. Both going for warp prisms, too. Skillis is obviously a little faster. And as we get into it, this is around where their APM is right now. But we don't have any intense fighting and a lot of production yet or anything by any stretch. Twilight Council going for Harstham. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Resonating Glaives this game. With that Robo opener, the Warp Prism, it'd be pretty wild if we see the same build between both. Alright, oh, nice catch by Harstham on Skillis's Adepts. Does he get both? Oh, catches both Adepts. 2 probes go down, but 2 Adepts are definitely worth the 2 probes. Though earlier in the game, I still think that actually favors Harstham. Hallucinated Phoenix. Oh, man. That got you baited a little bit. Skillis is already out with the Warp Prism. He's got to be going Adepts. Yep. Says the Resonating Glaive Adepts and Immortals. Skillis is already out, though. Harstham's a little late to the party. The Adepts make their way in. Sentries trying to chisel at these Adepts. They are going to get them. 4 workers do fall. Harstham's still going to go across the map. Hallucination keeps eyes on this. The Warp Prism comes in from Mr. Skillet, from Mr. Harstham to Skillis' base, but here comes 3 Sentries and an Immortal. The Adepts have to shoot in unison to actually out DPS the battery. Nice save on the Adepts from Harstham. Catches, well, just a couple workers. Resonating Glaives being researched by Harstham. Skillis going into Blink. Both going for Immortals. Honestly, Harstham's lost more workers / not been able to get them as well. Adept trying to get something done. And, man, kind of a humdinger here. Harstham going double gases because Nikita, Mr. Skillis, has done so earlier. It's leading to an awkward kind of spot, ladies and gents. All right, Warp Prism heading back here. Resonating Glaives obviously finishes quicker than Blink. But this could be an interesting game. Ooh. Ooh, Harston, the captain, going into a Templar Archives as well for a gas bank soak. Adepts cost a little. It's not like going charge, like charge a lot Archon. Both have immortals, but he's going to be able to pump out a couple Archons maybe to spend some of the gas. Here's the 2 Adepts again. Harston's moving a little slower. The resonating glaives will be shown. Meanwhile, Harston's just going to go across the map. Skillus has this hallucination right here. War Prism's going to be scouted. It's a double immortal drop. Will this be caught and intersecting with the War Prism? The answer is no. War Prism's just outside of range. Harston going for pretty much a 2 base all in. You could technically take a base behind it with some pressure. But I don't know. This is going to be a doozy. Get a lot of static defense here from Skillus. 3 shield batteries at his 3rd. Nothing in the mirror line. Nice scouting pylon. We'll add that. With 2 Big Daddy Immortals. Looks like Harston's just trying to get some work done in the mineral line. Maybe be annoying, catch a pylon or 2. Get some information. And he has to be careful. Well, it is blank, so he doesn't know that. He doesn't know on Skillus' side what exactly it is for sure. With 100% certainty. Awkwardly, Harston can't really do much to fully defend that. He can have a couple stalkers to push it back. Hallucinations keeping it back. Keeping him on his toes. The Archon's coming in as well. And, well, it looks to me like Skillus is going to have to deal with a pretty large army supply of Harston, which maybe he should have started pushing before. He just didn't want to risk losing his entire mineral line to 2 Adepts. So here's where stuff's going to start cooking a little more. As we see our big base 3 for Skillus, 2 base for Harston engagement. Harston's got like 1 shot to do this. It's a 2 base all in, more or less. Bunch of stalkers, 5 of them. I almost said 4, but I was thinking, miscount. Trying to come in from the back flank, but with the more, he's going for the Warp Prism. And he gets the Warp Prism. Harston did not need that. Harston's trying to get another one out. The Adepts are going to shade, but guess what? The Photon Cannon is going to block that off. Harston kind of caught awkwardly out of position here. And Skillus is just going to block this off. Harston's army supply is nasty, but with batteries there. Battery overcharge is off cooldown, and 3 batteries are good with the Warp Prism, though. And that's kind of a bit of a problem. Photon Cannon even going to help the fight. It's going to be targeted a bit. Batteries are losing energy with the 3 Immortals. We'll see if Skillus can hold. Harston pressuring hard. He's going to get another Photon Cannon. The Archons are going to be pretty good against the Resonating Glaive Adepts, but look at this army supply. I don't know how Skillus holds. Battery overcharge still on cooldown for quite some time. And he doesn't have any energy available on 1 neck side. Harston actually getting some serious work in. Has another War Prism to reinforce. This is, the captain is cooking, guys. Skillus ain't no pushover. Harston's kind of trapped in here. Skillus is kind of trapped in here. An architect of his own prison, I guess. Gonna try to get something done. Nice debating, sonic transfers from Harston. Damn. Harston still with the 2 Immortals left. The battery overcharger is finally available. Goes down. Even with the Warp Prism Micro, Skillus is in a lot of trouble because he basically has the 2 Immortals and not much else. GG, Harston takes the series with 2 points. That is 2 dubs for the captain. Very well played. Guys, we have 1 more on the OSC stuff. I'll do something else. I'm going to take just a moment. This one is a PVZ. It could be quick. It could be long. We don't know with any of them. We have Nightmare versus Young Yakov coming up. So give me just a minute. I'm going to run some ads so we don't have pre-rolls. After, I'll probably do a little more ladder. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Give me just a minute or 2. I'm going to run some ad arenas, and we'll be right back with the final match, Nightmare versus Young Yakov.
Bruno Ursa asked me, can you please tell us the story of the most embarrassing fart of your life? That's a rather unusual question, Bruno Ursa, but since you insist, let me recount a moment when things got a bit out of hand. During a particularly tense meeting in the Oval Office with several high-ranking officials from the Department of Defense, an unexpected sound escaped me. The room fell silent, and the dignitaries tried to maintain their composure. I quickly shifted the attention back to the agenda, ensuring we stayed focused on national security. Even presidents have human moments.
All right, here we are. The ads are done. My cat is still fat. I thought in 2 minutes he would be slightly less chunky, but, you know. He is not. He is not. Nice burgers, gravy. Charlie! There we go. This guy's my boo right here. He's my bud. Such a good cat. Oof. Aren't you, bud? He is. Charlie. He's up here because he wants to get brushed. It's 100% what he wants. He, like, eats the brush. Alright, anyway, let's get into game number 1. Nightmare versus Young Yakov. Our final series for the OSC Masters Cup. Number 149, Group Stage D. He looks angry. Everybody says that. He's not angry. He's just a kitty. He's got kitty face. Nah, he's super happy. All right, here we are, spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Golden Aura. Give it up for our red Protoss player from Blood. It is Nightmare. Dear God, something smells horrible. And his opponent in the bottom right from Platinum Heroes in the blue is Young Yakov. Gotta get back. Feels very gross, man. Yuck. And I am in a bit of a sticky situation now. We had a little slight emergency here. Yeah, I'm gonna just take care of this real quick. Kind of. Awkward timing. I might just have to run between the game. But anyway, the hatch for a 16 hatch from Young Yakov. Standard opener from Mr. Nightmare. That's your upper lip. What's my upper lip? Oh. Hey, what up, Baki? How you doing, bud? Alright, let's see what we get here. Oh, the smell? It's my upper lip. Ha. No, I gotcha. Too good for your boy? Nah, what's going on, brother? We are just in the middle of cast. I play with people. I was just playing teams the other day. Thursday, I hang out. I usually get debated and stuff, and then I mauled. You hit me up a while. Why did you hit me up? Or was I in game? If I was in game, I don't see messages when I'm in, and I'm in the middle of casting a tournament or in Discord. In-game messages are the worst way to get a hold of me, and I'll explain why in a second. I literally don't see the messages if I'm in a game. I could have been casting. I didn't know it was you. I literally didn't see you message me at all. I could have been away from my computer too for like a while. I've definitely left Starcraft on at times. I didn't see it was you. Did you change your name or some shit? My apologies. I did not see you message me. I guarantee you must have a different name now or some shit. Because I would have definitely at least said hi. I'd at least been like, yo, dude, what's going on? But anyway, yeah, when I'm in at all times, if I'm ever in a game, whether I'm casting or not, I don't have messages set to show up because I've had too many trolls and too much bullshit when I'm casting tournaments. Or if I'm streaming, I get those douchebags on ladder that say some choice words because they're douchebags. It sucks, but it's what I gotta do. Tiashi. Oh, I didn't know that. What rank are these guys? Well, Nightmare is a GSL Code S ranked Protoss, and Young Yakov's like a 6K-ish EU Russian Zerg player. We just had Harstam and Skillis before, too. Yeah, this is pretty high-level StarCraft. Young Yakov is the underdog here, but he's still around 6K on EU, and Nightmare's what's in the 6s on Korea. What is Nightmare's MMR? I'd reckon he'd be around 6'5", 6'2" to 6'5". I was to blindly guess. Alright, let's see here. We got a Twilight Council and Forge coming down for Mr. Nightmare. Overlord going out. I like the forward depth pressure from Nightmare. The Nightmare is special. He's getting annoying. Kind of getting under Young Yakov's head. There's 16 Lings coming out. Nightmare's gonna have to be careful of these Adepts, but the 2 Oracles and 4 Adepts. At least gonna take care of some creep. Get a couple drones. He's trying to get in a couple spots for a multi-pronged attack on Young Yakov, but decent queen positioning. It could have been a hell of a lot worse. Yakov's defense wasn't horrible. Could have been a little better. Young Yakov going for a Nidus, by the way. Feeling like Dark over here a little bit. He's going for a speed link queen Nidus, guys. Ling's going in to assault the third base. He's going to poke and prod. Only a stalker in the wall. And, well, he's going to go back. Honestly, he needs to get this out sooner than later. And hopefully Young Yakov doesn't overextend this, because he can totally surprise. Oh, no! The timing! This is just scouted. Very unfortunate for Young Yakov. That was just scouted in time. The Stalkers, the Oracles are going to make it. Oh, man. That is so unlucky for Young Yakov, but great scout by Nightmare. Nidus coming down at the 4th base position on the south side, the 9 o'clock from Young Yakov. He's now supply blocked from losing that Overlord. 4 in production. Another Nidus finishing up here. He's just going to reinforce quick with the Queens as well, so it's Lings and Queens and nothing else. No upgrades. Blinking +1 on the way. There are a couple force fields here. Trying to segment off the Queens. That's going to stop the reinforcing right up the ramp. Not ideal for Nightmare, to say the least. Oracles are here, but that's a lot of Queens. Some Creep Tumors trying to get up. And more Lings in production. Nightmare actually kind of getting under Young Yakov's skin a bit, you can tell. He's trying to do this because he's like, now he's droning behind this too. Which I don't think was the game plan. All right, the Nidus is going up over here. He does not know where it is. And now it's going to come up into the main base. Unscouted. For sure. This Nidus sure as shit's going to land. All right, well, guess what, Nightmare? You got Blink. What you don't have is everything right here, right the hell now. I like the static trying to get up here. And Lings, obviously, are going to be caught in a choke. Oracle's going down. Could be huge. He gets 1. Lings going in the natural. And the main. Yeah, that's not exactly the fight you want to take, is Young Yakov. Oh, that Queen with high energy is derping up, fighting the Stalkers. I think this might just be Jover, guys. That's it. That is it. Pretty good hold from Nightmare, to be honest. Oh, man, even getting that Second Nidus Worm. That's a lot of losses for young Yakov. GG's called. It's just too much was lost. Even with a little half-ass droning behind, it's not full-ass droning. Happy that. Nightmare takes game number 1. Let's see what game number 2 brings us. That is all she wrote. It's good defense. That's all it comes down to. Good scouting, good defense. It was a little I would say this for being cheeky. It was a little unlucky for young Yakov, to say the least, with that. When the pylon dropped right there. All right, here we are, spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Death Aura. Many of you guys that have been playing this game for a long time should remember this map. It is Nightmare. His opponent in the bottom right in the blue. This is Platinum Heroes Yakov. Young Yakov. He's on Nightmares and Team Blood, by the way. This is a best of 2. So basically group stage D. If you want to check the bracket, it's exclamation mark B. This is the Online Sports Championship Masters Cup number 149. Where the fuck is it on this map? Right here. Sorry, old map. The OSC Masters Cup number 149. And I'm going to go through and show you guys the site, how you guys can help support these tournaments. But long story short, we got a little cheese coming. From Risen? Not so much Risen. I think I probably saw a few people, because some of them went... Is that not around anymore? Risen's not been for a minute, I don't think. I think there's a few stragglers. More of the old Team Legion crew. Cosmic Cows. You remember Cosmic? Some of the... there's people that have been coming back lately. Green Ultralisk even started playing for a little while, but he got busy again. He goes through some spurts, but Cosmic's been back lately from Legion, and... yeah, mostly those guys. From time to time, everybody kind of splits up. We've all been in touch. Volnox was just in here earlier. Tommy, Iron. I keep in touch with a little bit. Dark Blood. You see Cosmic? Yeah. He's been doing that World of Warcraft grind. All right, wow. The drone makes it for now. Ling's getting out, but this is not going as well as it did against Hearthstone, I don't think. Still not horrible for Mr. Young Yakov. I would say not for Nightmare, but it is kind of... Oh, he's going to drop the hatch! Well, a hatch block is definitely worth something. Probe's starting to go down more and more and more. There's a lot of Lings. These 2 Adepts are going to be a bit of a problem, though. Yeah, he's not going to be able to shut this down. Adepts are forced to be chronoed out. Jesus, Yakov. A couple more Lings come in, but they're not going to make their way in. Hatch is still going to be annoying, and well, this is quite the delay. Huh. Alright, well, that's just that proxy hatch going down. I don't know what young Yakov's actual game plan is here, too, other than be annoying. He might just leave it, which is definitely expensive as hell. I have a weird feeling he's going to leave this hatchery. At least cancel it at the last second, but... and just take a third? He could do that, like, now. Just send a drone out, like, now and take a third hatch. Canceling it literally at the last second. Yeah, this is definitely a cheeky one. Zerg, yeah, Ling Bane Rush. Well, he's not really. He's going into, these guys will play it out a little differently. Yakov bringing us some fun games at the least. It's going to be damn annoying, and yeah, the shield battery's going to help all the units and structures with the broodlings, but either way, that's a damn long delay on the Protoss. Worker count's about even now, but it's an awkward start to the game. Huge delays. Oops, sorry, wrong thing. Not much really lost for Protoss, but at the same time, it's the the delays are massive on both tech and the expansion. Yakov is going to have to defend, though. This Twilight going down then was a smart move, I think. Decent amount of units. Even just 3 Adept pressure is pretty good. 3 Stalkers out from Nightmare. Nightmare might even go into, like, Blink or something, knowing him. I mean, Yakov can play very standard games, but he's definitely a cheesy Zerg from time to time. This whole series has been cheesy. Previously, it was not so much. 3 Adepts going to try to get some pressure in over here. And he's kind of punching above his weight, though. Like, Nightmare's literally done some shit in GSL Code S. So a little bit of, Nightmare's one of those guys we've all been keeping our eye on for a while. He's a really sick Protoss player. Not to underrate Young Yakov. Young Yakov's had some upsets. Oop, I think the Shade will finish. Nightmare's going to save the 3 Adepts. Gets a couple Zerglings for his troubles. Just loses shields on the Adepts, and that's it. That being said, Young Yakov is going into a Roach Warren. Don't hate it. It's probably a good move. Has his 3rd hatch coming. Supply. He's going to lose the Overlord, though. That's kind of rough. And he's not going to get the read on the Twilight. But seeing these gateways, should have a good idea what's coming up. It's 4-gate blink for the moment. Nightmare looks like he's going to take a 3rd base. He really could. Like, I don't hate this at all. He doesn't have to 2-base all in after this at all. He could. But I don't think that's like the greatest move from how this opened, because he doesn't have any information really other than those Adepts. The other side of the map. So it'd probably behoove our Protoss to continue on. Kind of like he is. He's just macroing. Maybe get a Forge. A Robo when he can. Get some gases when his base is saturated. Young Yakov trying to get some more information, though. Alright, funnily enough, like, I have to go back to this. There was a little bit of damage to that hatchery from earlier. Those 3 Adepts as the hatch was building. Not very consequential right now, but if this becomes a big blink push, counterattack, that base may go down a little easier. I think it's going to relatively heal a little more before then, but we'll see what happens. Ravagers being morphed, and Young Yankov's just going for a big push. Trying to... Doesn't have like an insane army supply right now, though. I still don't hate the idea. He's got to get more units together. Maybe when these injects pop, he's going to pump out more. Doesn't quite have 3 base saturation, but 2.5. It's a little more than Nightmare. Nightmare getting some gas, though. It's literally no upgrades versus no upgrades. 1 Adept in the wall. Nightmare's going to push out. This is kind of going to be an anti-timing, I think. Because Nightmare's not going to be able to put everything in there. Yakov is hiding this. Nightmare is catching some units running by. He's just going to go across the map. So it's going to be a base raid. Whoa! Hold the phones here. Recall's forced, and it's not every unit. He needs, like, all of that stuff to hold it. The sentry would actually be... I know there's biles here, but a sentry would have been really good earlier, or all the sentries, rather, for the purposes of the links. Would have bought some time. You could have picked some more off. But losing both gates is rough right here. The probe's desperately trying to fight. Corrosive biles. Nightmare's not microing the probes. All go down. The 3rd base goes down. I think Young Yakov has really pressed the issue for Nightmare this game, and a cheesy game number 2. Dear Lord. Young Yakov now has to defend. He does have 3 hatches. He's pumping out units continuously. It's a decent-sized army from Nightmare, though. Look at how few workers he has. 26 to 44. Young Yakov need only defend, and he just wins. The counterattack time. He's expecting DTs and stuff. Well, mate, you did enough damage earlier on, and nuisance, I should say. This man could not afford Dark Templar, Robo, or anything behind this with that opener. And even the Lings being annoying. Behind it, Nightmare was forced to warp in a couple Stalkers to defend, and even they are in some trouble. Oh, the Adept and Stalkers. It's pulling workers back, and I don't really know how Nightmare can truly come back from this. Young Yakov is a massive army supply. Like, the thing is, this is pre-layer, so... Okay, I say that. He just drops his layer down. If he had, like, Creeper Lords, he could start sending the Queens across the map, too, even. Spread that creep. Get the artificial creep highway. Get the queens over a little quicker, and yeah, our ventral sack overlords with speed, but that takes a while. Not even worth it. Robo coming down from Nightmares. Nightmare trying to make a game of this because the worker count so... Yakov has invested so much in army. He's not droned for a good 5 minutes, it feels like. It's that time where Yakov probably should drone up in somewhere in here. His army supply is big enough. He can afford to do a 3-hatch inject drone cycle. Even go up to like 66 workers. Right, this is scouted. Army supply. Well, we got sentries, we got shield batteries, but no upgrades. Evo chamber going down for Yakov. He's focusing on the attack. He's trying to get us around with the Lings. He doesn't want to take this fight too hard. He has to be a little serious about this attack. Force fields are pretty good and all. Stalker's going to blink. The Biles are nice. They do break some of the force fields, but he's lost all of his Lings right there. Like 90% of the Lings, it felt like. These aren't the Biles we're looking for, but he's going to try to buy some time. Glial Reconstitution +1 ranged attacks coming for Yakov. Very heavily committed into Roach Ravager. Big Daddy Immortal coming, though, in a third base for Nightmare. Nightmare's really fighting to try to make something of this game. And his low worker count is definitely a problem, but Yakov has droned a little. The zoning Biles aren't even going to really push Nightmare back too far. Nightmare knows he can't overextend here. I think he's setting up to do something with all these sentries. Be immortal. I don't know. With +1 Glial, 4th hatch coming, Banelings, Morlings, large army supply. I feel like Yakov's still in a really good spot. Robo Bay, honestly, a solid choice from Nightmare. With how much Roach Ravager there is, I really hope he just goes into Disruptors myself. Yeah, Yakov is relying on Lings a lot, but he seems to be doing just fine on that front. He needs to literally delete large segments of army if he's pushing. Like, he's going for Colossus. Hey, Colossus will work. Sentries. Usually want a good amount of sentries with the Robo army. He's just now got the third base, but he doesn't have a chance to fully accept that it's completely safe. His Nightmares greeted at the front door. Oh, man. Okay, the Biles take out the force fields there, but there's some force fields for days. Oof, those are not the trades we were looking for, Yakov. +1 finish. Centrifugal hooks on the way. Disruptors are coming out. Biles are going to take down the force fields. And here's our Zerg man trying to take out more. Biles land actually killing one of his Ravagers on the other side. Oh, force fields are sick. Yakov taking a really awkward fight here, though. Roasted Biles kind of landing on sentries and stuff. The Colossus is out, and now there's not a whole hell of a lot of Zerg right here. He does get a lot of damage on probes. His assault in the third base. The Bile lands. Oh, that was sick micro by Nightmare. Nightmare with barely any information perfectly blinks away. His Blink Stalker and Warp Prism micro is fucking second to none these days, I swear. And at least in the events we covered, or the games we covered today, and this event has been absolutely spectacular. Third base is going to be attempted to be rebuilt again. So he's just going to be on Blink Stalker, Disruptor, and a Dream mostly at this point. Whatever he can muster up, but trying to gain some headway in here. Stalkers are done. The Linger Run by is not going to accomplish much. Well, he got a Hive behind this. I didn't even say that, guys. So we got Vipers. Banes, he's going into +2. I would have rather seen +1 melee almost, but +2 is going to be really good. Because +1 melee finishes up quicker. That being said, scrappy, aggressive game. Yeah, there's no upgrades for Protoss. He doesn't have, like, he didn't have the money. He's literally just trying to make something happen. And the only way he is really good micro, to be honest. 9 out of 10 Protoss would die in this position. I'm pretty confident, like, from earlier on. Now he's got Disruptors. Just don't give a damn about upgrades, but you still... Oh, they were scouted by the Lings. That's actually huge for Yakov. Now he knows how to engage it. Yeah, the fact that there's not much Mac... Well, now he is. He's on 68. Yeah, Nightmare is able to get a few more workers out. But still, it's more about the army retention. His army's pretty scary, but Banelings are coming crashing in here. Force Field's going to help a bit. Banelings not going to be able to get into what exactly they want. Battery Overcharge going to help surely. Damn, the DPS with the Banelings and the Biles actually getting some work in, but still, this is a tough fight to take for a Zerg player. Into that Battery Overcharge with all these Disruptors, a constant threat. Nice micro on the splits. Good target fire on the Disruptors, and I mean, Nightmare's done as much as he can to hold on, but GG, Yakov takes it. And there you have it. There you have it, folks. GG's, that was our last series for the evening. For Group Stage D, we're going to have the playoffs coming up. I think, is there another qualifier too? I can't remember. Check this up, and I'm going to give you guys some OSC information. I'll probably do a few ladder games. I may not. I might just take the night to just chill from here. Ugh. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you guys the OSC stuff. I needed to turn some lights on here. It's getting dark. Not really, but a little more. Play some twos. I really don't like doing twos on stream, Baki. It's not you. I hate teams, period. Like, I wouldn't mind playing twos with you, but the second I start to, it goes to shit, and it's the worst content on Starcraft. On Twitch. Period. It's not exclusive to you, it's everybody. Teams fucking... The game's not balanced on teams, number one. Number two, it can be fun because of that. But twos I can usually handle with somebody like you. You're pretty good. The problem is every Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to immediately start going, but you didn't play teams with me. I detest teams. Twos are okay. Threes are okay-ish. Fours, fuck no. It's just... That's why. Like, on my side for the stream, then every asshole comes in. It's like the old days of Discord. Like, I like chilling in Discord. Like, if I'm hanging with you and a couple guys, or even if everybody's in there crazy, it's like, I'm just getting too old. And it's more of it's not you, it's fucking everybody. Like, I would definitely consider it. We'll put it that way. You, Space Music, man, you know, like, if Yeti hit me up or Green, like, Finesse, I owe him some too, but I just don't know. We could play some games. Maybe we could do something else. Maybe we could play some Star Auctions. I don't know if you played Star Auctions, Baki. But anyway, guys, I have to do this. This is a $600 tournament. Maybe a little more, we'll see. I'm putting a little money in toward it, too. The OSC Masters Cup, number 149. I'll fill you in just a moment. But guys, a little bit about OSC here. Let's take a look at the Hall of Fame. I know I bring this up, and I do this every time. But just taking a look how far back this goes. Look at the players that have played and won the World Championships. This is the biggest event they do every year, but look at how far back they go. Last year, Dark was the winner. Before that, Max Pax. Zest the year before. Clem before that. Cure before that. Going to Solar. Neeb. All the way down to Pig in 2013. But the Masters Cup actually predates this tournament and was kind of became part of this event. So one of many. There's different, all sorts of different stuff. There's King of the Hills. Rising Star for up and coming, like, you know, high masters, low GM players. Some underdogs make it in there from time to time. This is all the stats going back. But it's amazing this tournament's still running since 2013. There's bounties. This is the King of the Hill. Longest win streak in a King of the Hill. Special is the first place. That's crazy. Spirits won the most maps. Interesting. Yeah, that's it. Isn't that? What a great organization. I don't have my jersey here. They've been a partner of the Korean Starcraft League, which give you an idea. So they have awesome tournaments. They help awesome tournaments. Great, big or small. Last night, KSL even delivered something special, partnered event. So in helping OSC, in a way, you help out KSL because there's actually something else we offer to the players. If they don't have an OSC membership that month, That's a consolation prize if it's the highest ranking non-OSC member, because it's a $5 membership per month to get into all the events. There's a bunch. They get it rewarded for playing in the castle. But last night we did Dark versus Clem versus Dark finals. And that was one of the best TVZs I've seen in a minute. That was a crazy one. Dark coming back with a 3-2 reverse sweep. And guess who was kind of right on that prediction? Mr. Dave was. I said Dark's going to claw his way back. I could just see it. Nothing against Clem. I love Clem. But I was feeling it. Daddy Dark has got his final times in Starcraft before he goes to the military. He just had a daughter. Daddy Dark is laying down the law. And he did it. Six-2 active. Yeah, I think I called. See, look at that. I was right on the money there too, without a guess. Thorn, thank you. That was my rough estimate. I'm like, he's usually between 6'2 and 6'5. Look at that. Right on the money. Right on the money, chat. I'm not always into every detail of everything these days.